for a call again, and then she just added another phone number to the 13-year-old grandson who's possibly with the daughter. Step out with this.
2412.
Veteran crisis hotline's calling in, so they have a female veteran off her medication. She's over at the safe haven. Detective 12, we'll check that one out.
6 Rumble, 2 1 started to show us.
Office still stands for time? No. Offender in custody? Thanks. Anyone else close? Might just zero something, let me know. 10-5, sir.
Oh, I hope it works tonight. It's not giving me. It's not giving me.
I hear you.
Good energy here. Yeah, please. Thank you all. I have to say, good evening, Anne. By the way, if you're not subscribed, I'm sure you are. Come on now.
Yes. Hello,
If you're not
everyone.
subscribed, there's a link. I want to say an extra special thank you and really for your patience, everybody of the community, especially the last month. When I'm out there doing these live on locations with the protest, there's a lot of people that come up to me, and like I said, a lot of the times I have to put the microphone with the camera or even hit it on mute, depending on the situation. So I want to say thank you for your patience during these protest lives, because like the last month, I haven't really been on the microphone too much, and I just want to say thank you, everybody, for your patience.
It seemed I didn't see any problems today. You came out clear and everything seemed good at the protest.
Yeah, it's just there's a lot of people that want to talk to me, the ex-members, some of the even protesters, and it's all about the community's comfort, number one. Broadcasting anything that doesn't need to be, you know what I mean? I'm not that type. I'm not the type where I need the clicks and views anytime somebody says, "Hey man,
Right.
Can you do?" Yeah, no problem. It's not about the clicks and views. It's about the comfort of the community, number one.
Right.
And plus the comfort of the community in the chat too, because you all being here brings a tremendous amount of awareness too. And so for everybody, for me to be out there, the community to reach, the chat, for you all to keep bringing awareness, and for everybody just working together, I think it's amazing, and I think we're doing a really good job bringing awareness. Hashtag justice for Micah. I think we're doing a really good job, and it's all of us together. All of you in chat too. Your contributions to the show, allowing me to be here and be able to do the things that I'm doing for the community, for you. It means a lot to me. And I just wanted to start off the show with a big thank you to everybody. I just appreciate you all so much.
Awesome community.
I do have to put an end to a rumor out there that started already, though. There was a rumor. Somebody sent me a short screen recording video clip of somebody's show, and I guess they were watching our show or something, and somebody was like, "Oh my gosh, CJ just got $350 super chat." For anybody that doesn't know, it was a ZAR, which is like Rosie said, she's from there. It's South African currency, so it was really like a 1999 super chat. So I wanted to stop the rumor out there, because now, you know what I mean? It's the trolls. You know what I'm saying? The trolls are creating things that it's like, no. I don't even. When's the last time there was any? No, come on now. But I do want to say thank you, Anne. I want to say thank you for yours. I appreciate that from you and your husband. It means a lot to me. I can't remember if it was Cash App or Venmo.
Venmo.
Venmo. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Also, there was from Missy L. $100 cash app. Thank you so much. I really
Wonderful.
appreciate that too. Um, we're going to be here for the long haul. You know, I'm going to be here for every court hearing. Micah's Law will be here tomorrow morning. I'm going to go live. I set it for 8:30. I might go
Okay.
at 8. I don't know. It just depends. I'm still
Okay.
talking to some of the other protesters throughout the evening just to kind of get a collective time of when everybody wants to be there. I'll be there anytime. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Their time is my schedule. So we'll be there bright and early whenever it starts. Now, I haven't decided if I'm going to go inside or if I'm just going to hang out outside.
Is
You
it
know,
is it
show the
open to the
QR
public or
codes.
the press? Is it open to the
Go
press?
ahead. Well, I think it was. Now, it doesn't. Michael, do you know for sure? Is Michael in chat? Yeah, there he is. Um, is there? It's open to. I don't know if I'm considered press though. I mean, I'm more of a media. You know what I mean?
I
I
think that's in the
guess
same
because we have a lot of
category.
shows where we hang out and talk. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if you want me on with you, then you can walk in as press and media.
I, I mean, I don't know.
That's
It
up to
just
you.
says
Whatever.
media because because I figure like I don't know, you know, like JLR, he's like press. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah, yeah.
he's able. And shout out JLR Magnolia. Um, you know, he's like covering all sorts of different. You know, um, I'm more. You know, I just zone in. You know, I just zone
Right.
in on one
One
thing,
case. Yeah.
discuss some other things, but really I'm zoning in because I need that, you know,
Sure.
that
Mhm.
complete mental focus to do what I'm doing. Chris, I don't know who that is. And why does your name have host on it? I don't know if that's
Host?
weird. Chris, I think you have a clone in here, just saying.
Uh-oh.
So if Chris is in chat,
It was open to the press the
I think
last time, but it was canceled. Your media press, same thing. It's true. It is true. You're covering the story.
oh, it's cut now.
Host Chris.
Uh-oh.
It's a joke with the host.
It's a joke with the host. All right.
I don't understand what that means.
I don't know. That's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. You'll have to get there early and sign up to be in, though. I got you. Do you know what time, Michael? Do you know what time, like for all that? I believe it's 8:30 is when it starts, right? Right, but I don't even know who that is, host Chris. I don't even know who that is. So shout out. I don't even know who that is.
Yeah.
Today was the first time I watched your live at the protest. You did an amazing job. Thank you, Nicole. Seriously, I appreciate it because, like I said in the beginning, especially the last month, I haven't been able to. I haven't been able to really be on the mic, you know, just because I'm out there talking to everybody. So I appreciate that. Oh, I don't even know who they are. And I don't. Whoever, listen, that's the thing. Whatever they eat, don't make me shit. You know? Oh, that perv, Tiffany. That's the perv, ain't it? That's the perv, ain't it? They're disgusting. Yeah, that's the dude. The dude that found Kylie Rodney. He's a freaking perv, man. Yeah,
Jared, yeah, that's the
he's
name.
a I can't say the word on here because then it'll end up I won't it'll end up
Yeah.
like getting hit. You know what I mean? But you can just put two and two together. People is disgusting. So I don't give it. Listen, I don't give a shit what somebody else says about me anyway.
Yeah.
I don't care if they said good or bad things. I don't give a shit. Right? I mean, hell, we just talked about a freaking perv a couple days ago, and that right there that found Rodney was even worse than that. Who cares? Who cares for real? I don't care. Never have. Never have. The good guys under him. Oh, I don't know. I wasn't even into that case. Isn't that the case that Churchill got sued or something? Some Churchill dude. He's like a country singer or something, but he was on some panels and said some things and got sued. Is that? I mean, I don't care to get into that case too much because I don't even really know about it. I'd rather talk about Micah. Is that? No, is that? I'm trying to remember. I don't know. I never.
Upchurch, she's saying Upchurch. No.
No, the dude's name's Jared. The freaking sicko. I don't give a shit. I didn't even do anything, Kylie Rodney. I didn't even. I didn't even do it. I didn't even like. I didn't even have a. Did I? No, I didn't even have a talk show at that time. Like, who cares? I always tell people. I even told this to one of the protesters yesterday that was having a hard time, and I said, "What other people eat don't make you shit." You know what I mean? They don't. Other people's opinions. If you guys worried about other people's opinions, because let's be honest, there's a lot more hate than love out there. You'd get a lot more hate than love. If you worried about other people's opinions, then your soul would be consumed by that negativity, and then you become a negative person, and then you spread negativity throughout this world. If you don't care what people think about you, then it doesn't affect your soul, and you can continue to spread peace and positivity no matter what kind of darkness is around you. So, anyway, that's cool. I don't care what he says. Anyway, excuse me. So, did you all everybody that's in here, thank you, Tiffany 109. Did you all, two things I want to go over, and one of them you went over already, and the blue t-shirt guy. The other one, if you guys, did any of you guys see the last 40 minutes of the show, or did you see the last video upload that I put out?
I saw the last video upload.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, do me a favor and type 1. Otherwise, don't type anything. You know, you can continue to talk. If you haven't seen it, type 1. Because I think it's a very important message. So you saw it, Ann? You saw the video? Okay. Yeah. What did you think about that?
Well, okay, so we're talking about the man who claims that his wife and kid, we're going there. You know, I get the same vibe as you. It's just like the hat guy. And I don't know if we're just be over paranoid or whatever, but
no.
You know, at this point, I think you have to have your guard up.
Go ahead. I was just clearing my throat. I apologize.
No, it's okay. But I agree with your take on it, especially with people who tried to get close to the group. And then even they were suspicious, and then trying to push people into the community that we already know was an insider. So no, I think your take on it is right on, spot on.
Um, I don't know, man. That's a different kind of. I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on. I really don't. And that's why I took that video, because I'm like, I don't understand. I feel like there's already two people out there, possibly three, that are wearing microphones and talking to people.
Oh, wearing microphones, wearing them. Oh, I see what you're saying. Wow.
And talking to people.
Yeah.
Do you feel the vibe that I'm feeling?
Yeah. But I mean, what are they going to catch? It's not like you guys are saying anything or doing
They're
anything
trying to That's what they're trying to catch.
yeah,
Somebody to slip, and they're looking for people. They're looking for people who talk a lot, right?
yeah, yeah. So what's under that
I'm
garb,
just
huh?
saying.
What's under that garb? All right.
That's just
No.
that's what I when I was telling you guys that it was like I had all these TVs that were really loud going on at the same time, and some of them I couldn't understand because these other ones were too loud. Well, when I was driving back
Yeah.
is when I was able to tune into those other TVs. And
Right.
as I was driving back, I was like, I bet you there's two people out there that have been out there the last couple of weeks that have been. Because look what they did. Look what they did with, True Crime Ree and Allie
Mhm.
and Jackie.
Well, actually, I'm glad you brought that up because we did a mass reporting this afternoon. Um, I was able to report legally of a couple of the people that were in the chat. I'm sorry, in the video, there were protesters were able to report legal, and then everybody else just reported misleading. So it was mass reported. I won't be surprised if it's down by tomorrow morning. Now, with that being said, I also came across another channel here on YouTube, very young. It started July 19th, or June 19th, sorry. And the name
Blue
is
T-shirt.
Addie Ross is the name. I didn't even put two and two together if that's Trisha's last name. But anyway, totally pro JP.
Oh,
What's funny is I went on TikTok and YouTube and kind of, exposed this person. And I think about maybe a half hour later, they tried to take my TikTok video down. So somebody reported it.
what? Hold on. They tried to take your video down? What?
I appealed it. Well, what happened was I appealed it, and 10 minutes later, it was back up. So they lost
Why were they trying to?
because
I'm
she's a
sorry.
flying monkey. It's a flying monkey. It was a flying monkey channel on YouTube.
Interesting.
Yeah, it wasn't interesting. A totally vibe of Agatha May, like trying to talk like Agatha May, and uh,
Oh, really?
pretty pathetic. Yeah, it sounds like a computerized voice. Absolutely.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's been an interesting day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there was that blue T-shirt guy that came out there. I've got footage of him. I didn't notice him until he came back out because when I was walking around, excuse me, first somebody, I think it was Melissa, came up to me and said, CJ, there's another guy that's doing what that lady was doing the week before. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like, we just, these people, I don't understand it. This is why I always if I'm seeing it in front of me, I'm telling the person,
Mhm.
if you're going to protest and be a part of the protest, you don't go inside the church.
Right.
And if you go inside the church, we're not associated with what goes on in that church, because ever since the beginning, I feel like they will have somebody do the same thing. Hey, I'm with you. I'm with you. And then next thing you know, they're going in there, and then all of a sudden they're coming out in handcuffs, and then the protests have to be stopped.
Yeah. 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 Jay took a picture of you today. What was she saying? With
Yeah, when you were talking to Jay's in here, I think when you were talking to
hmm,
orange pastel t-shirt guy, because
hmm,
I seen him look back at me a couple times,
yeah.
and I don't understand what the conversations. That's one of the reasons why I ended the show the way that I did when it came to orange t-shirt pastel guy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's one of the reasons why I'm bringing up microphones right now.
Right.
Because you can only continue to hear the same story from the same person every week over and 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 over before.
Yeah.
And so that's all of us protesters were saying today
Mm.
when it came to that.
Yeah. Well, very late, and I'm sure you saw it in the chat. Very late in the game, News 13 was contacted. Very late in the game, Regina Ward was contacted. Very late in the game, ACLU was contacted. So hopefully we can get those people there next Sunday to shed some light on the violation of your freedom of speech and your. That's really what we're asking the ACLU and News 13 to do, is to give nationwide coverage on how you've already been violated. Okay, so that's it. That's a done deal. Because the guy was arrested. You've already had people try to entrap you, and now that you feel this way with the cameras and whatnot. So it's just a matter of time. I have all week to work on that. All week. And as far as the lawyer is concerned, I have been able to talk to the girl who said something about the lawyer, so I'm going to also reach out. And there's a couple of reasons why it needs to be done this week. So, of course, for you guys, right? And then before the show, I got a message from, this is just very pathetic, um, Reverend Millie and Rev Rob. They're
Yeah.
starting their ministry on Saturday. They heard a rumor that the people from Solid Rock are going to protest in front of their church.
Are you serious? On
Yeah,
Saturday?
yeah,
Where? Okay. Let me know,
where it's at.
because
Sure.
I will try and be there, and if they're
Okay.
gonna protest, I will protest their freaking protest. And if I'm by myself, I'm by myself. I don't care.
Right.
At least you can document it.
Yeah,
Like,
you
the
can
one
document
reason
it.
I don't scream is because I know a lot of people listen with earbuds, and I know you'd rather hear the crowd chant it instead of you, like, oh my gosh, he's screaming. That's why seriously. But if it's just me, I will literally just set my microphone down on my camera, and I'll step 10 feet back, and I'll just keep screaming.
Yeah, and what's funny, this is the funny part, shows you how stupid they are. So they're going to go protest, stand in front of this new ministry, holding up signs of scripture. Wouldn't that kind of help the new ministry if you're standing there with scripture? Now, here's the funny part. If they open up their mouth, we all know they're listening. If they open their mouth and call them pagans, that is defamation. Boom. So, honest to God, if you get any kind of documentation of them saying that, it's goodbye.
Oh, okay.
Because
That's
it has
interesting.
to be a false, it has to be something false. We know that Millie and Rob are not pagans. Okay,
No.
so that's just bottom
They're
line.
beautiful people. They're beautiful
Absolutely.
people.
So if that's
Beautiful
what they're planning to do, is stand there with, scripture twisting it and then trying to call these people pagans, this will be the end of this whole fight. It'll go legal
Hey,
big time.
I will document it. That's what I'll be there for. That's what I do. Is I
I have the
document.
address. I have the
I
address
have the,
already.
yeah. I will. It's going to be a quick turnaround this time, but I will. If I have to bump something up, I'll bump something up.
Yeah.
To make sure, because that's ridiculous. That's
Okay.
ridiculous. Uh,
I just got it from him.
Well,
I got the address.
I'll be able to talk to him, because if they're out in public, then they can talk.
Right. That would be interesting. Yeah.
Hey.
Finally get some answers.
If you need help, do something there.
One of these things.
Yeah. Yeah, we will help him.
That hot dog steak. Hey.
Big, massive hot dog steak going on there. Must be a smelly place.
Hey, they're out in public. They're not behind closed doors or car windows going like this.
Yeah.
They'll be out in public. Let's talk, people. Let's talk.
Yeah. Absolutely incredible. But let's just
thank you for everything that you're doing too.
Let's look at what the truth of the matter is. This big threat that we were all worried about Friday and Saturday, and not an enchilada happened today, which was exactly what I thought was going to happen.
I wasn't that worried about, because that's why me and the protesters were like, there's nothing it can be. That's why I stressed the weapon guidelines so hard. And even today at the protest, like one of the people actually like thought I was accusing her of carrying a weapon. I was like, no. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying, if you come across somebody, please just let them know. Because I felt like that was the only reason that anybody would have got arrested, and they would have got arrested. If anybody carries a weapon on that property, you will get arrested. So that was the only thing.
Yeah.
I knew the peach, the whole story that JP came up about how 2 people on security camera stole all the 100 peaches. But you know what though? I'm not gonna say it's as fake. I'm not gonna say that's a fake story anymore, because I literally witnessed 2 people that were walking down the sidewalk go up to the bush that was right along the fence. It's inside the fence, on both sides of the fence, and they literally picked like 2 handfuls of grapes, and they were eating them as they were walking down the sidewalk. So, hey, maybe 2 people did steal all the peaches. They watched the show and they're like, dang, if CJ says they're good, what shouldn't I get a cut of it? Shouldn't I get a cut? Like, I promoted his peaches enough to where somebody wanted them all. That's a good peach tree, JP.
Did you say they were delicious?
I did, yeah. And I even took a picture, and detective was like, "Oh gosh, look at one of the peaches. It looks like a heart." And it really did, the way the picture was taken. So, maybe I don't know. I mean, if you got to take them, you can go to Walmart and get some.
Yeah.
Maybe they're not like JP's. I don't know. I don't know if I'd trust eating all those peaches, honestly. But
oh no, you're still here with us. But I wonder if there's a law saying you shouldn't have incited the theft because you said it was delicious.
I wouldn't have said anything if that was.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. It's just so dumb.
How's your Hardee's this morning? It was, I don't know. Right? I don't remember.
So stupid.
Not that I recall.
Yeah, not that I recall. That's like a perfect court answer. Not that I recall.
Yes, not that I recall. That's what
I did that through a deposition that lasted 4 hours. And I said it so many times that the other counsel was so aggravated. Just aggravated. Couldn't wait for me to leave. She goes, "You don't recall anything?" I went, "Nah, I don't recall." And my attorney was hysterical laughing.
I wish I could have been a lawyer, honestly.
I would have loved to have been a prosecutor. I definitely missed my mark.
Mm.
I would love to be a lawyer.
Peach
That's
peddling.
if you didn't take a pick, that's fine, man. It is what it is. You know, if you didn't take a pick, that's fine. I think the more concerning part is just the conversation with that dude, and that's why we were all trying to warn you earlier that
Yeah.
you never know, man. When the same person says the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over. Listen, I was there from the beginning. I saw the dude. I actually talked to the dude because after the other people left, because I'm a gracious host. I'll let other people, TikTokers and whoever, just you know grab everybody's. I'm just a chill in the cut, and I'm a chill conversation kind of guy. So I ain't
Yeah.
even worried about it. And when they were done, he looked at me, and then him and I had a conversation for a while. Orange pastel shirt guy, but he wore a different shirt. I just call him orange pastel shirt. If you go to the thumbnail, you'll see the photo that I'm talking about.
He looks like a peach.
Hey, but it's like, and as somebody that's been there every week, I hear the same. That's why I don't even go over there anymore, because after the first conversation, I was going to see if there was more. And then as I was around while he was talking and then he would have to go, it was the same stuff every time. And
Yeah.
I'm sitting there going, dude, you told me from the very beginning that your wife and your daughter refused to go to the church because of everything that's been going on, and they're
Yeah.
not comfortable.
Well, the only thing that would explain that, CJ, is cognitive dissonance.
Plausible deniability.
Well, I think some
He
people
doesn't want to know.
No, or he's just really so brainwashed and under the spell that he is just not getting it.
Oh, yo,
I know that's crazy for people like you and I.
And think about this. Seriously, what if you and your husband, right? Say you, your husband, and a daughter, and you and your daughter knew the stuff that this man was capable of, and that's why you weren't comfortable to go there, and you didn't want to go there. What would that Sunday afternoon lunch be like when you all three sat down at the table?
Well, for somebody like me, I probably would be rebuking it left and right, so that wouldn't last very long. But no, I would be open about why are you going there and wasting your time. Yeah, so I would absolutely not stand for that.
Okay, for 2 months. It's been out for 3 months. It's been 2 months since I've heard him say it. Now, I'm sure it was a lot earlier than that, right? I'm sure it was 3 months ago.
Yeah.
To be still, and let's be honest, the stuff that's come out, the stuff that's been alleged.
Yeah.
So
do you think he's pulling your leg? Is that what you think? You think he's BSing you about the wife and the kid?
I think it's more than that. I think there's a reason that dude still goes, and it's I'll just say this.
Yeah. Or he's got a financial investment into it.
If you had a financial investment, you'd choose your wife and your daughter over your crap investment.
Not unless you love money. And there's a lot of them out there that love money.
I don't know. To me, it's like you don't want to do this, and that's why you would still go. But to me, if because I try and put myself in every position, whether it's negative or positive, to try and that's why I'm saying, like, man, even if I had like a $200,000 investment, it could either be mine or the family's. Either way, it's still the family's. And if you have 2/3 of the family not going, because who knows, what if one of these things happened to his wife or his daughter?
Well, I only say that because my father was a very rich man and denied my sister and I money throughout our life.
Yeah.
didn't give us, didn't take care of us at all from very young. So some men just love their money more. It's a sad concept that it's out there.
Well, I feel sorry for that wife
Oh,
and daughter.
absolutely. They
You know?
lose so much.
But I don't see him being that way, because when you do
Yeah,
talk to him, he seems like a caring individual. Because
right.
he he's he he's not one of those that's telling you how it is on his side. He will talk to you and kind of come to like 2/3 his way, a third. Oh, okay, I can see that. But when you're talking about the facts, the
Mhm.
facts that made his wife and daughter uncomfortable to go there,
Mhm.
those
Somebody had said it in the chat, and I have to kind of agree. I think he's a distraction. I
that's
think
what
the
I think
niceness,
too.
yeah, I think the niceness is just to pull you in to trust him. I
Talk.
think he's just a plant.
Here, talk. Keep talking. Keep talking. Keep
Yeah,
talking, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let me gain your trust. Let me reach out to you every time I come out. Let me talk
But
to you.
it's
Talk, talk,
amazing.
talk, talk,
Every
talk.
attempt they make fails. Every attempt. You'd think they'd learn by now that every attempt they make
It may not,
falls
because
flat on its face.
that's the thing. That's why you always have to have your head on a 360 swivel out
Oh,
there.
absolutely. You have to be aware. Yes.
Because if you don't, there's that one little chink in that 360, and all of a sudden, bloop, bloop.
Right.
That's why we have to always stay aware, be aware,
And
you
pray.
know,
You gotta let God go
understand,
before you.
understand that
Yeah.
it's not, people, when I'm talking wolf amongst sheep,
Oh yeah.
come on.
He's got
They
little
look
wolf
like
wolves.
they're nice and, ooh, look at you, you're all soft and cotton bally, and all of a sudden zips off the suit, and all of a sudden you get bit, and that's that little chink in the 360. We
Yeah, but
just
see, you're a nice guy, and your niceness is genuine, and people can pick up on that because you have nothing to hide. But people who have something to hide who are manipulating, they are very crafty in their kindness and
oh, of
in their
course.
ability to charm. Of course, your guard is up, so you can see it coming from
I
a mile
was dealing
away.
with it since a kid.
Yeah.
I think yeah, some of what I,
Uh-huh. Yes. And so
yeah.
that makes you wise to the BS that people try to pull. And I think that's why you, uh, and it's funny, I'm like you with that. Sometimes I feel bad that I instantly see the BS in somebody and I start to think of myself as being critical. But you have to keep your guard up because there's so many manipulative people out there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
shame. That's how it is.
You can give 150, but you don't have to not be aware.
It's not a
You know,
personal opinion,
it's a
Jay. It's
balance.
an observation and
Yeah.
discernment. And I could see somebody walking up to me, and I know that they're already BSing me. I don't have to waste my time in finding out in multiple conversations. For example, the first time that JP did his very first video, and I saw it, as I've said before, I was immediately disoriented from what he was saying because I knew the truth, and yet he was very convincing of his side. And that was immediate. I detected manipulation, and it was demonic, and I called it out. So no, I don't think you have to befriend somebody who's got bad intentions just because it seems judgmental. Judgmental is when you're judging somebody from a
Right.
hypocritic
Right.
as a hypocrite.
You put
Totally
that
different.
so you put that so elegantly. I appreciate that, man.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, that's what it
'Cause
means. That's what
I
it
probably
means.
it is. It is. There's no judgment being passed. It's
Right.
called you
Discernment.
you you're looking at everything from all theories, thoughts, and opinions, all sides, and you go with what makes sense, because that's what helps you be aware.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
If you've seen the devil enough times,
Right.
you can
There you go.
recognize him right away. And I've met him a few times,
There you
and
go.
PJ's met him a few times. So,
Yeah.
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 I don't feel like
That's
having
it.
dinner with the devil. No, thank you.
That's it. Yeah. It's, man, you put it so. Can you say that again one more time?
I don't feel like having a dinner with the devil. Yeah, if you've met him a
Yeah.
few times, you can recognize him.
Yeah.
There are some people who just,
Yeah.
either refuse to recognize him because of cognitive dissonance, or they just don't care, or they just don't never met him before, didn't recognize him before. So,
I mean, that's true. And, I love tacos. I just don't love tacos with the devil. I like that. So when you and if you guys haven't seen it, it only looked like a couple of you haven't seen it, but if you haven't, it was one of these things where it's like I had to say it, because I've been seeing it for the last couple months, and I'm just like, come on.
Yeah.
We can't be slipping. We can't be slipping.
Right.
And it's all love. It's like this. I always put myself in other people's shoes, it's how I decide if I'm going to be angry. It's how I decide if I'm going to be, cheerful about it. It's how I decide things, because I always want to be 150. And it's being an empath. I always put myself like, would this make me upset, or would this help me be aware if I was in this position? And that's all that I'm coming from. It's not, judgment at all. It's if I was out there and I kept talking to the same person, saying the same thing over and over and over and over, and we're in this dangerous situation and it keeps getting worse every single time. Now you got people go, we're part of the protest, I'm going inside. I mean, come on, man. It's getting crazy. And you see the lengths that they're going to try and get anybody just to slip up just a little teeny bit, even to the point where I'm sitting there telling everybody, come on, hey, if you're packing, you got to make sure you're over here. You can do this, this, and this. Like, come on now. Should we even have to do that? Because that's the only thing that was plausible for an arrest. And the cops were even saying, we don't even know what they were talking about, because we never got a heads up for nothing. They said, yes, the weapons guidelines here do exist, but we're not sure, because of the new law change, we're not sure when it comes to being in your vehicle or not. So we would just advise, just like I was telling everybody in the beginning, just go to the other side of the street, park over there if you need to, put them in a case in your car, whatever, and everything was fine. It's just about being aware. That's all.
Yeah.
We don't need anybody getting hurt or get cuffs.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Jay made a comment just now. And nobody's misunderstanding anything, Jay.
No.
You want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. That's your decision. I don't think it's wise, but that's your decision. I refer to that as hyper grace. I'm telling you this in love because I think it'll protect you in the future.
Yes.
There is no.
I've dealt with him for 2 months. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's no such thing in the word about hyper grace. There's nowhere in the word that says love on the wicked. It actually says to hate it. So I know that that's an uncomfortable position to take for Christians today, because they've been taught a false doctrine of hyper grace. There's no such thing. So when you're leery of somebody and you walk away from them, that's usually called wisdom, godly wisdom.
And we got to think too. I'm just going to say, a lot of these protesters are victims of domestic violence too, Jay.
Yes.
We have to think about them before we think about us. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but I spoke to you, Jay, and I responded to what you said in the chat, and I don't know why you're getting upset. There was nothing that was said.
No.
that was
We're-
offensive. It was just truth.
Yeah.
You know, if
I'm
it
sorry you
bothers you, the
feel that
best thing
way.
to do is just go pray about it and see what God tells you. That's what I do when I hear something that, you know, may not make sense to me or whatever. But
Right. And
that's
hide and
all.
seek. Everyone needs to be put on hold. That's all.
Absolutely.
Ever
Yeah.
since the beginning, because we know, like, Ann, you've been doing a lot of work into this stuff too. You
Mhm.
know, and we both know this is why we're so passionate, because this is dangerous.
Mhm. Oh
Why do
yeah.
you think we ask you for your prayers? Because
Thank
we
you.
know you're digging in the backgrounds, I'm digging out here, you know. I'm digging in with the community and all these different things, and
Oh, yeah.
we understand way more than you guys probably would ever understand, because we don't talk about everything,
Right.
because when it comes to what we're doing, we need to have the proof for it before we can
Right.
show it or expose it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Yeah.
so it is very dangerous,
Mhm.
very dangerous. And then what these people are capable of, what they've tried to do already, you know, and who knows what's going to happen tomorrow,
Mhm.
you know? I mean, and plus with even, like you said, Millie and Rob, where they might have their service protested,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Like, this is getting crazy. When have you guys ever heard this stuff going on?
I know.
Seriously.
I know. It's
So we
wickedness.
have to be on alert all
Yeah.
times, all times. And we got to understand, you know, when I showed up there, I understood. It's about domestic violence. It's mostly, the protesters are mostly from domestic violence backgrounds. So then when I come across somebody that has that kind of history, we're done. We're
Well,
done.
okay. Let's just say this. So we're
And I've done
supposed.
it already.
We're according to Jay. We're I guess, and I don't care if you commented to somebody else. Doesn't matter. It was in the chat.
Excuse me.
You know, we should just not be judgmental. Give everybody a chance. Well, let's think about what's come out of Solid Rock since the protests have started. They've attacked the protesters with spraying water in their face. I don't care if it's 170 degrees outside. It was still an assault. That's why the cops wrote a report. That's why somebody was arrested. We've
Yes.
had 3 times where somebody tried to entrap them. We've had somebody show up and give a false identity with a false company. We've had what's her name walking out of the church giving a middle finger to the protesters. So show
A
me where
bunch.
Jesus
A
was in
bunch of them.
any of those things. Show
And
me where Jesus,
Fedora guy walking out there bumping people's
yeah, puppet
signs,
people
the
in the back.
first one.
Right. So we're to trust them based on what?
On what? Right. Right. I explained, like, me and Ann had a long conversation, and in a conversation I didn't even plan on getting into, but I don't know, Ann. Somehow it got in there because we were on the phone forever. And she, you know, we started talking about my childhood and stuff, and things that I was
Yeah.
going through, and things that
Yeah.
I was around. And bro, I'm telling you, I don't say these things. I don't say these things to make anybody think that I'm being judgmental. I say it because if I was in another position where I didn't realize or I couldn't see these kind of things, then I would want somebody to say, hey, bro, guess what? You know, I've seen this before.
Exactly. Yes.
You know, it's just like when COVID came out. This is how my brain works. I was forced to think this way. When COVID came out, you know what I instantly do? I go back to all the other times that pandemics happened to see how the country reacted, how the economy rebounded, if it didn't, how long it took, what usually took place, and all these different things, because history repeats itself. And when
Yeah.
you're talking about negative things like that, or devilish things, the history repeats itself. So when you
Right.
see something before,
Yeah.
you can see it again before it happens, because you know history repeats itself.
Yeah. Well, I think
CJ's
that
prime concepts.
I think with Jay, I think that he's like a lot of people, and I've done it too, where I ignore red flags.
Honor
And
the
he might be
kindness, you know.
out of kindness, and there are a lot of people out there who are not comfortable with confrontation, so they would prefer to have peace. That's a wonderful way to live, yet when you're in the midst of a spiritual war like we are, it's dangerous for you to be that way. So maybe it's against your nature to be that way, and this is where there's only one being that can help you with that, and that's Jesus Christ. So there you go. Right, he returns with a sword and not with peace. Right on.
Yeah,
Right
it's
on.
like this, like,
That's
you know,
right.
like you said, like everybody knows, like I'm a chill dude. When I get respect, because I always give everybody 150. When I get respect, I'm a chill, lovable dude. When I don't get respect, that's when we got issues,
Right.
you know. And so when I'm looking at everything in life, it's always about respect for everybody, no matter what, because I have no reason not to give anybody disrespect. Because
Right.
if I 50 and I'm not having anything for disrespect, then there's no reason to even get like that. So that's not even how anybody's being about the situation.
Well, my
I
sister is
want you to
very
understand.
similar. My sister's like that. She is different than me. She doesn't like confrontation, and I've seen her take a beating from people, and I
I'll
would be
get
the
in the
one
face.
going,
Yeah.
why don't you do this, or why don't you say that?
Oh,
I'm the one that gets hyped up right away, and it's hard to watch somebody you care about getting beat up over and over again because of their kindness. You can't be a doormat. I understand turning the other cheek, yes, but not in the midst of a spiritual fight.
mm,
Not when you're standing up for the kingdom of God. And that's basically what even the protesters, saved or unsaved, it does not matter. God is using them to protect the kingdom of God because that church is filled. It's a wolf church. Sorry.
well, and this is the bottom line, Jay, and this is what you need to understand. And I'm just going to say it right now. When the protesters aren't comfortable, I'm going to stand up for them. And whether you agree with them or not, that's your choice. But my and all the protesters, and if there's any of them in chat, they can tell you right now, whatever they are comfortable with, that's what I'm doing. And so if they're coming out and reaching out to me and saying, I don't feel comfortable about this, CJ, guess what? I'm standing up for them because that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here for Micah. That's why I'm here for the community. That's why I'm here right now, because I will and always have been that person that will stand up and say something. Just like I'll go to the church on Sunday and stand up and say something to the
No.
protesters. So when it comes to the protesters, if they're telling me they are uncomfortable about something, I am going to say something, and I said something today. So
Right.
if you don't agree, I can't help you, bro, because I totally agree with them and I back them 100%. If you can't agree, man,
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell
Yeah.
you. Nobody's being hateful. Nobody's being
No.
judgmental. It's
I think he's gone, but yeah, I maybe these are people he knows, and it's the area he's from, and there's just sometimes some people just
oh, he
it's
knows
hard
them.
to
He
deal with
knows
it.
them.
Yeah,
He
and
knows
it's
them.
you know, I could understand why it would be difficult to have all these people to come to the conclusion that these people are really truly not saved, because there's no scripture that says saved, you're always saved. And I think that's the problem with the flying monkeys. They are under a spell. They're in idol worship.
Yeah.
Very, very bad. Very bad.
I mean, and I covered it in that half an hour clip. The way I ended the show, I talked about that. I talked
Yeah.
about, how I felt the first month and how my thought process has changed. I went through a lot of different things in that 30 minutes when it came to the last couple months. And I basically was just, I broke the pastel down a little more in it, but I was really breaking a lot of other things down. Like this is 2 months in 30 minutes,
Yeah.
And when I'm driving back, I just, they just did what they did, even though they had legal paper, they still forwarded that video to True
Yeah.
Crime.
Yeah, and please, if you haven't
Posted it.
reported it
And-
yet, please report on it. If you haven't reported, please report that video. Please.
We had a heads up 2 days. We had a heads up 2 days ago
Yeah.
because there was already word. Oh, so and so's gonna get upset when this video.
Yeah.
It's sad, And
Yeah.
these are the people that were doing the legal thing.
Right. And too many people have been hurt within that building, within that church, within that ministry. It cannot be ignored anymore. It cannot. It goes beyond Micah. It goes beyond Allison. It goes beyond those kids. And so, report which one? On True Crime Ray's YouTube channel, the video of the fake reporter, Destiny Dutton.
Yeah.
You reported it good. Doing the interview of the protesters, and the protesters took back their consent, and so sneakily, like a snake, they gave the video over. Yeah, it's called infringing upon the right to worship or a peaceful protest. It's like a question. It's under True Crime Ray on YouTube.
Yep. They have a YouTube channel.
Like a snake, and like I said, she was sent on assignment. Those are her father's words. Yep. Anything that's sent on assignment is demonic. Okay?
Yeah.
So she was sent on a demonic assignment. She did her thing. And because they were stopped, because I think Dominion TV would have been the ones to put that up. And because they were stopped, they handed it over to True Crime Ray. And True Crime Ray did it.
Yeah, they got busted right away because it was maybe 30 minutes before Allie and Millie figured out who it was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then they were confronting them like crazy, which they should. They're showing them the photo. This is you on Facebook, Destiny. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's not me. That's not me.
Yeah. I saw her face. Hot dog snake, big time.
Horrible. Yeah, I mean, and it's clear as day, Yeah, and then we heard, because that shortly after that, it's funny you say that about the church, because shout out to the protesters, man. They are on it. We are on it with this, we're working together and we're able to get those hot dog steaks out of there. You know what I'm saying? And we had heard the dad. We had heard just a short little bit later, because somebody else had the video clip, had a video clip and said, look, guys, the dad saying he sent her on she's going to need your prayers. I sent her on a special mission. And it's like, oh, for real?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they are about it out there. It's all about, the hot dog steaks ain't on the grill very long at all out there.
What a stinky grill.
It's beautiful.
Somebody had asked, how do you find it? So it's all one word. True Crime Ray. TRUECRIMERI. Yes, please. Yes.
Why not?
That helps.
Because,
The comments are funny.
Everyone says that it needs to be taken down.
Oh yeah, the comments.
Not supposed to be posted.
Not supposed to be posted. Yeah, that's pretty bad. The comments.
Okay.
It is about justice for Micah, but I've always said from the beginning, Kylie, Micah's passing opened up a Pandora's box of things that have been hidden for decades. Yes. And so she's not just going to be remembered for Micah's Law, although that's very important, she is going to be remembered for exposing things that have harmed many people in that community,
Yes.
in that church, throughout the years. And the justice for all of it needs to happen. So, yes, it's always justice for Micah,
Stopping
but
that
God bless
cycle
her.
too.
She had to go through what she went through and ultimately end up in such a, I don't even want to say it, for this. I mean, it was almost immediately upon her passing that this story just took off like a wildfire, and that's for a good reason. That's how God wanted it. There it goes. Thank you, CJ.
Yeah.
Right on.
We can play that video too. I never even watched it yet.
Yeah.
Never even watched it yet.
Yeah. Yeah. So
This is what's crazy is the oh, hold on. I gotta
love your
share these
community. They're
QR
so
codes.
funny.
As long as, hey, don't talk about food tonight, y'all, because I'm starving. All right?
Aw, go eat.
Don't talk. No, don't talk about food.
Okay, I gotta
I'll leave
ask you a quick question, CJ.
Yeah.
Is that background Myrtle Beach?
Yes, it is. That's footage by Dick's Pawn Shop that I made as a custom background.
Oh, absolutely beautiful town,
So
really.
yeah, Dick's Pawn Shop is right there. Or no, that's when I'm leaving Micah's apartment.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's leaving Micah's apartment, and then I just made it a custom background.
What a
By the
beautiful
way, I
neighborhood.
talked to your husband about something before we talked the other day, and
Mhm.
I'm gonna make you some layovers and stuff like I have, so so you can have some zazz to your screens if you want.
Zazz would be nice.
Yeah, so
I'm
just
very unjazzy.
do me a favor, send me an email, layover as the subject line, and then type in the things that you love and your 3 favorite colors. Okay?
Okay. Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
All right. No, thank you for everything you do.
Oh, I don't mind. It's absolutely a
So
pleasure.
I'm surprised this video only has 2.3 thousand, and we still have not gotten into this full audio. Oh, it's driving me nuts.
Ugh.
Soon. I mean, it's
Yeah.
crazy. It's crazy. I shout out JLR. I was chilling in his chat. I think it was last night. He did the show. My
Yeah,
days
now
are
he's in
winding up.
Dollywood. I'm telling you, I think they teleport. I don't know how they get from one place
Oh,
to
yeah.
another so quickly.
Yes, Gina, I want to say thank you so much. I don't know who it was, but there was somebody that donated Dairy Queen gift cards to all the protesters.
Oh,
And I
wow.
just want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much, whoever that was. Hold on 1 second. I got the little. 1 second. I forgot I had this. From Luann. And she put this. I know it might be hard to see.
Vermont? Oh, he's in Vermont? Oh, wow. Gee whiz. What a schlep.
See, it might be hard to see though. Wrote this beautiful message, and it had a little picture with Micah on it. If you can see it or not.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful message that came with it was all folded up, came with the gift cards. I just want to say special contribution call out to you because that was so cool.
Wow, that was awesome.
It's never happened. Anytime that I've been out on any of these communities, I've never had somebody do that. And I just thought that was so, not just the gift card, but like this really cool message.
He did answer them, Gina. He absolutely did. Right on.
Thank you. I'm gonna watch this. I'm surprised it only has 2.3K. This other one only has 1.3K.
I will not be surprised if by tomorrow morning it is gone.
You think so?
There's been so much reporting on it, and I'm assuming your community who hasn't reported is doing that now. So YouTube has to respond because a couple of the reports were legal. One of them, I did one of the legal ones too. And what you have to do is you got to fill out a form, and you have to give them the law that was broken. And it was South Carolina Code. Was 13. what was it, 1310 or 510 or something like, what is it?
Uh,
510, yeah. So I gave them the code, and then they wanted a direct legal link to show what it was, and then the actual complaint.
16 dash 13.
Oh, 16-13-510. Right. And so, yeah, they have to respond to that. And then, of course, I explained that this was an imposter. She was, and I told everybody to say the same. She was not who she said she was. This interview was taken under false pretenses, and the people who were in there in that interview had rescinded their consent. One
Yeah.
was actually done in person, that was recorded, and the other one was also recorded.
Yep.
And so YouTube's pretty good about, they're slow, but they're good about it. And I wouldn't be surprised if the whole channel's gone. Who knows? I guess it matters how many strikes you get. I think you get 3 strikes, you're out.
Right.
Yeah. But in regards to TikTok, I got to give them snaps for the fact that I had said to them in my appeal, this video was exposing someone who was disparaging a girl who just passed away 3 months ago. And I'm trying to expose that, and you're helping them, not me. Boom, my video was back on. So
Laura does bring up a good point. You might want to, like, when it comes asking people to go mass report somebody, that could actually affect somebody's channel too.
Well, it's against the law. It's illegal. So
yeah, but you're there's when it
I had to prove that it was illegal.
Encouragement, you know what I'm saying? Like, I see what Laura's saying. Yeah,
right, but that would work if it was just one opinion against another. This is an illegal. What she did is illegal. It is.
Yes.
So as long as we can show that what she did was illegal, no, it's not on TikTok. It's only on YouTube. Yeah, True Crime Read did not put it up on TikTok. If it wasn't illegal and it was just somebody lying, then yes, that would be true, and it would be he said, she said kind of a thing. But this is illegal.
All right, well, save my tail if something happens, right?
Yeah, it would be me. It wouldn't be you. No, it would be me.
Oh, it's my platform.
Yeah, and you do get 3 strikes, but it would be me that.
I don't want any of them. I don't want any of them. I like.
You can't find True Crime Read. CJ was able to. I
already posted it. All you have to do is scroll up a little bit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All you have to do is type true. That's all I did is type True Crime Re, all one word, and it pops up. Type it all as one word. That's what I did. I'll drop it again. Yeah. I mean, look, you can see my search bar. True Crime Re, one word.
Yeah.
I'm not lying. I did. I searched. That's how I searched it. Pops right up. There you go.
I think somebody's talking about in that chat. What time is the court tomorrow?
I think it's 8:30.
Okay.
But I'm waiting to find out. I'm waiting to find out when everybody's showing up. Yeah, please don't cap, because that caps drive me nuts. It reminds me of self-inflated individuals I've ran into in the past. That's all. It does. Like, they're the only person that typed that way because they wanted to be noticed so much. And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
So, mods, do me a favor. I already warned after you guys warned certain people in chat. I've just gave a verbal warning. If people don't want to follow the rules, then there's always another community that they can go follow rules at.
Yeah, it used to drive me crazy modding for Good Dog, and he would actually, defend them because we had some elderly people on there that couldn't read.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, okay, fine. But it was very distracting to the people in the chat.
It is. It's distract, and it distracts. There's no reason for it.
It's the same as
Um,
yelling, exactly, TJ. It's the
Well,
same as yelling.
it's like this. There's a lot of bot programs out there that will already delete your comments, and I'm being 150 to you. I'm allowing you to type it and let the angels give you a warning, and then give you a warning before you're gone. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? That's like
Mhm.
four little steps that you have to, like come on. So if
Yeah.
you can't hit the 150 with just 100, then I there's plenty of people out on this planet that are about peace, positivity, and progress, and you just help
Absolutely.
us get there quicker without it. All right, I'm gonna play this video before it's gone now, since you brought that up. Now, how long was this? 13 minutes. This is interesting. I have not seen this yet.
I'm Adrian. Nice to meet you. Jackie?
Oh, hold on. I do have to credit the channel here, like I always do with everybody. What's up, Mystery? Hey, you want to hop up, buddy? You want to hop up? We're just hanging out for a little while.
Yeah, and there's the link. I think you can click it in the chat. Yeah,
See, let
it's
me
still there,
this
unfortunately.
right here.
Sure.
Well, I have to share it because this
Right,
is,
right.
when it comes to
Yeah.
sharing content, I've just always been that way from the very beginning, showing people's. Yeah, Patrick, send me an email, and I'll send you a link, or send me a message on a platform,
Yes, Captain, that's all you have to do.
and I'll send you a link, man. If you want to hop up and hang out for a bit. All right, we're gonna play this video here.
I'm Adrian. Nice to meet you. Jackie?
Yes.
Okay. How's it going? Do you mind if I ask you a few questions? It'll be really quick.
Okay, that's fine.
I just really want to know, like, what your agenda is with gathering and with the Justice for Micah, like the hashtag and everything that you guys have going on. So if you would just tell me like a little bit about what's going on every week.
Yeah, we just want justice for Micah. We just want her to be heard, her voice to be heard, because she was silenced for so long. And we want her to find justice, whether it comes in any form that's possible. So we just want that to be out there, and that's why we gather. Some people knew her, some people didn't know her, but it has brought a group of people together every weekend to be together and stay together as one.
Okay. So as far as the church goes, I know like y'all are gathering every week. Is there any like agenda behind?
Yeah, we want the church to close down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We want the church closed as soon as possible, if possible.
Gotcha. And I think Nikki was telling me that people trickle in. Do you know about how many people like come attend every week for y'all?
Well, from what I heard, there used to be about 700 members that used to come to the church, and now it's down to like 30, 40 people. It just depends.
But what about you guys, the Justice for Micah group? Do you know about how many people are coming each week?
How many people you think come every week?
I'd say the most we've had the last few weeks would be
40?
30 to 40.
Okay. Some weeks are better than others.
Yeah, I'm sure, yeah.
Some of us that have been here for a long time are need mental health breaks, so
I understand. Yeah, it can be a lot. It can be overwhelming, especially when you're constantly, trying to fight everything that's going on, and there's outside forces, and
And we're not only for justice for Micah, we're for other victims that may be involved in the situation as well.
Yeah,
So that's one of our main goals too, because there's supposed to be other victims, allegedly, other victims.
You mean like other victims in this specific case with Pastor JP?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. Well, I guess we're just going to hang out with you guys today and just kind of video the scene and everything. So I was asking Miss Jackie if she could just tell me a little bit about like what your guys' agenda is here and how many people gather, that sort of thing. So if you could just tell me a little bit about what's going on and everything behind the Justice for Micah movement.
Yeah, so we're here protesting, hoping to get the church shut down, or JP in handcuffs, whichever one comes first. The group has grown. It started out with about a dozen, and then we've kind of like built this community. We've all became like family to each other. And the goal isn't just to shame anyone for going inside. It's also trying to get them to realize that they have been manipulated with religious abuse from JP, and kind of teach them that there is a way to leave. It might take them a minute to get it, but it can happen, and they can find a new church. I know it's hard for very religious people to do that, but yeah.
Okay. Well, I really appreciate that answer. We're just gonna hang out today, if that's
bet she
okay.
did.
Just kind of get a little bit of what's going on, and then we'll be out your hair.
No, y'all can stay as long as you like. Come as often as you want. So
Thank you very much. Information, people's viewpoints on the stuff. So if you could tell me in your own words a little bit about what's going on with the protest and what your goal is with the.
What kind of microphone is that?
A fuzzy one.
Yeah.
I
It's
know.
fuzzy.
I need to.
Yeah.
I need to figure. That's a great microphone.
It's a good filter. I think that's probably what it's doing.
Is that what it is? I don't know. It doesn't seem to cut out very much. It looks like she's going after specific people, don't it?
Yeah. I'll wait till you finish the video if you want, because I have something about.
Well, there's about 10 minutes left if you want to.
You want me to do it?
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean,
okay. Well, okay.
We can chop it up. We can chop it up.
Yeah, no problem. And it'll just take me about a minute or two. So, what does the Bible say about closing a church? So in Revelation 2:5, the main reasons that Jesus will close a church is to remove their lampstand. Now, let me just read to you what it says real quick. This will blow your mind. Okay, because it just blew mine. In Revelation, starting at 2:9, it says, I know you're suffering in your poverty, but you are rich, and how you are blasphemed and slandered by those who say they are Jews but are not, but they're the synagogue of Satan. Fear nothing that you are about to suffer. Be aware that the devil is about to throw some of you into prison, that you may be tested in your faith, and for 10 days you will have tribulation. Be faithful to the point of death, and I will give you the crown of life. Now, JP brought that up in that letter last night, but that's not talking about them. In this word, they're talking about solid rock being the synagogue of Satan. This is for the protesters. This is for the people who are standing up for justice for Micah, for going up against this demonic ministry. And obviously, Dominion TV is the same, because they say, you're the father of lies. Your father is the father of lies. And so here she came out and she lied about who she was and who she was working for to falsely trap these people into an interview. I'm sorry, but that's not a Christian. That is someone who in this Revelation 2:10 speaks about somebody coming from the synagogue of Satan. So there you go. When God opens a door, it stays open. No man can shut it. And the same in the other direction. If he shuts it, no man can open it. God gave JP mercy the first time he lost his congregation, when he, broke up with his first wife or his second wife through adultery. Okay, he gave him mercy and grace in that. And what did he do with it? He treated it like garbage. And so this time, God's going to shut that door. He's in the midst of shutting. This is why they don't win at everything every attempt, they end up failing. And so that door is going to slam shut. I have a feeling it's going to start tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah, I really, his demise is going to start. And you will see it tomorrow. And we shouldn't celebrate it. We celebrate justice for Micah, but we should never celebrate the demise of even these wicked people, because God doesn't want that.
Right. Melissa's hopping up. I just wanted to give her a minute in case she needed to said anything, but I'm going to go ahead and bring her up here real quick.
Okay.
What's up, Melissa? How are you? Can you hear us okay?
I can. I've never done a YouTube live before. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Well, congratulations. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
How do I see the chat still?
So if you click, I think it's the 3 buttons at the bottom. Or okay. No. Is it the 3 or wait, I'm trying to think. Let me see. I never joined with my. I actually had to the other day, and let me see. Here, let me look here, because it's got private chat, which it should have right now, and then there's like chat on the other side.
Okay.
Does anybody in chat know what she's got to hit? I'll go ahead and join. I'll go ahead and join just to see. Let me see here.
To be able to see any questions. Hi guys. Thank you.
Hi.
Let me see. Let's see. I'm just gonna enter. Okay. Well, it gives me a different. It gives me a different menu because I see live and starred, so it's not giving me the menu. Try. There's a way to do it. Does anybody know? Maybe hit the 3 dots and see if there's a.
I think I found it. I have them all popping up.
Okay, so you can see everybody typing now.
Yes.
Okay.
Somebody asked, can we get in trouble for saying that we want to have the church shut down?
That's a good question.
And I don't know the answer to that, but what I do know thank you, Gina. Sorry, I got distracted. What I do know is that about a month ago, after Waterboy incident, I went on the news and I said we wanted the church shut down because they hire pedophiles.
Right.
I feel like if I was going to get in trouble, I would have got in trouble already.
Right on. That's freedom of speech, people. She's got the ability to have, all of you have freedom of speech. And saying you want the church shut down, you're not saying you want to shut them down with a AK, a gun and with murder. You're not threatening lives. You're just, this is your opinion. This is your feelings. So no, you are allowed to say that. It is not against the law. I don't know what they think they're doing, but it was the dumbest interview I've ever seen in my life.
She was going out like her dad said. He sent her on a mission to go talk to particular individuals, and that's
I just want to say that the other thing that is a little sketchy is, so when she approached me and Nikki first. I'm one of the ones who pressed charges. Now remember, JP did that video allegedly saying that Dominion TV was paying Waterboy's legal fees.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. They donate. They had been one of the major donors for it.
Mm-hmm.
Something told me, probably don't talk to her. So I went to Jackie and I gave Jackie the chance to talk first. And I don't know if y'all can see in the video, but I walked away.
Good for you.
And I tried not to talk that much. I did answer how many people were there. Plus, I also saw him zooming in on my shirt a couple times.
Interesting. So. Yeah, because I kind of know, like, I read a lot of articles and stuff here, to kind of keep up with certain things. And when she said Coastal Life Media, it was so much I didn't recognize it that I totally forgot what she said, and I had to ask her again because I was going through all the media organizations in my head, and I couldn't place Coastal.
Yeah.
So it kind of like threw me off, but she was just appearing calm and polite and stuff, and I was like just about other, you saw the Sun News and they just took photos and walked in the church. They're not really. So it was kind of like, oh, there's somebody out here that's actually like wanting to hear what the protesters have to say, the truth, the protesters' side. And she said that she watched my show because she came up from behind and said, CJ? And I was like, oh, hey.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm CJ. So,
Wow.
you know, they're watching this show too.
That's okay.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Watch away.
I don't mind the trolls that boost the algorithm. I tell them in my comment section if they're rude and they're not about peace positivity. I just say thank you for your troll comment that just boosted my algorithm.
Right on.
Later. You're not winning. You can think you're leaving something, but go ahead. You're not winning because you.
Oh, the comments have been turned off of that video. Oh, of course.
Oh, really?
I was trolling the video.
You were doing what?
I got on there and I was trolling the video for a little while.
Yeah, I never watched it.
They took the video under false pretenses.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I know, and shout out to Ann too for doing all that as well, like looking all that stuff up.
They must be watching this because before you started playing.
Yeah, the comments were on before you started your show, so they have to listen. That's right. Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Well, True Crime Marie, all you got to do, like I already told you before. Yeah. TikTok is a platform most people are on, have their face on it, all up in like this. It only takes 5 seconds. Hey, I'm True Crime Marie.
Yeah.
That's it. Show your face, True Crime Marie. Because I don't think
she doesn't really like to engage with me very much.
Yeah. I would love to have a conversation with True Crime Marie.
She, he, whoever they are.
Yeah.
It's a female, I'm pretty sure. I've already said, like, because I had to go deeper into it because when I said it's JP way back then, they're like, it's not JP. And I said, no, it's somebody that's under the spell that is part of his. No, for real though. Like, it's somebody that that's under his spell. Yeah. Or because look at the stuff that they're not reporting,
Right.
Look at the stuff that they're not reporting. And so
they didn't report where she
it's a personal feeling.
Yeah.
It's personal. It's it's a connection that you don't even want to entertain the other side because you have a deep connection with this person. That's why I feel like it's a victim of his where he's making them do it. It's somebody that is under his woo, the sweet guy before he wraps you up in his web. That's how we get you to the spider web in the first place. So it could be one of those. I don't know. I do feel like it is a female, and honestly, I feel like it's destiny. That's why when she first came around and I started kind of, thinking about it all, I was like, I bet destiny is True Crime Marie. Video production. What is True Crime Marie doing? Video production. I know there was videos before this case, right? Who's to say that destiny that's where she was getting started? Who says that she's trying to be this reporter and she started off making TikTok videos about true crime? We don't know.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
But it's very suspicious. It's very suspicious.
And then using a VPN that makes it look like they're from North California. So I guess we figured them out once again.
I'm just saying.
I definitely don't think it's Susie.
Oh, no.
I don't think Susie's bold enough.
No. I think Susie's trying to keep her roles minimized because I have a feeling she might, Melissa, I have a feeling like as much as there's negativity out there with her, I almost feel like there's a percentage that she could be a victim going through the beginning stages of what Micah was going through.
Yeah.
Because they all have stages. You know what I'm saying? It's all stages. and they've been dating for a long time.
Yeah. My worry lies with her children.
It's just a horrible situation.
Yeah.
I know. I apologize, you guys. The notifications on YouTube suck. And shout out to somebody for letting me know that Epstein went live. Thank you. Appreciate that. I love being able to delete you right away, because then I don't ever have to see your face.
I saw that and was just waiting. I'm just sitting here waiting.
Oh, it's been a while. No, it's been a while. I just figured I'd say something now.
That was rich.
See, we got Dennis laughing on
Yeah.
the show and in the background. Shout out, Dennis. Appreciate you.
Well, if that's the case, if that's Destiny, if that is truly her, and she's obviously listening, just so you know, all of those reports that went in, Miss Destiny, YouTube will find out where your IP address is. Through your VPN will not hide you. And because you broke the law, some people have been talking about actually reporting it to the law, and they also can find your IP address. That means they can find your location. And since you were, it was documented that you were told not to put this out because you did it under false pretenses. Well, I think you're going to wave bye-bye to Dominion TV eventually. So I hope it was all worth it to be a liar. I hope it was all worth it. You ruined your reputation, and you ruined the ministry, the demonic ministry that your parents have. So congratulations. You must be proud.
Mission. That special mission.
That assignment, that demonic assignment you were sent on has just been your downfall. You must be so proud of yourself.
Yeah, they're not very smart. They didn't think of the fact that a lot of us go live. A lot of people, when I did read the comments under the video, a lot of people said we watched this all unfold live. Why did you omit the part where you got caught lying and still lied to our faces?
Yeah.
Like, one lady said, this is being watched all over the world. We watched you misrepresent yourself live.
Yep.
And you're trying, like, what? I don't know what you guys. Well, I know what they thought they were doing, but like, in my opinion, you just made us look better. And whoever got my conversation with the people that wanted to go into church today if anybody got that on video, you could very clearly see we're not trying to take anybody's free will away. We're not trying to keep anybody from
going. Oh no, it's on the live.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can see it. There's proof. There's proof of that.
You're very more than I let them know, like, I know this might be intimidating, but we will move out of your way. We will stop yelling. We will let you go in if you choose to. I advise you to do your own research. But if you choose to go in there, you're more than welcome. That's your own free will. We're not trying to stop you. They said no. And they said, can you recommend another church? And that's exactly what I did.
Ain't that scary too, Melissa? Where people, this is scary because people literally can be tourists. Look up on Google, see that great review, and end up going there and not even knowing, you know?
Yep.
And it makes me wonder, because the last month, there's been a lot of new people coming and going. And it really makes me wonder, like, how many people are like that group? Because that's the first time I've ever seen a group come up there and literally not, like, they tried to go in the front door, and it ain't unlocked until service starts. And they literally went to the front door, stopped. They were all standing there in the group. They kept looking at us like, what the heck is going on? And then that's when some of y'all went out there, and Ellie went out there too, and and that's scary too, where some of these people that don't even know about mica or solid rock can literally walk in there and think, oh my gosh, this is a great thing, and then they're walking out and seeing us thinking that we are these vicious pagans.
Yeah.
And then that creates a whole nother narrative too. It's scary.
Yeah.
They said they'd never seen anything like it before, so they were just wondering what was going on. So I just educated a little bit, and let them know what the alleged allegations are, and gave them some resources on where they could read up about it, and let them. I like to tell people to make their own informed decisions. Even when I get into it with people online, I ask them, do you know anything about why we're out there protesting? And if they say no, tell me. I tell them to Google it or look it up for yourself and come back with your informed opinion, and then we'll have an informed conversation.
Right. Because it's important. It is very important. Awareness is everything.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you want to is there anything you want to discuss before we get into the rest of this?
Well, I do have one thing to say, if that's okay. Since it's obvious that Miss Destiny is watching, I'm looking at Dominion TV, and I see here you got a lot of people here, and I think if that video is still up in the morning, I'm going to share it with Dr. Bill Winston, Ron Carpenter, Kelly Copeland, Dr. Rod Parsley, Dr. Stephen Everett, Bishop Dale Broner, Pastor Nancy Dufresne. I think they all should know that, let's see, Dr. Rodney Howard Brown and Kenneth Copeland, maybe they need to get a copy of that video and then get a copy of the paper you were served last week. And also, I have a copy of Millie telling you not to put that up, and that fake tag that you had, that fake press. And maybe they should see.
I have a photo. I can display it right now.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
If that's still up in the morning, I will spend my day sending that out to all those ministries and all the ministries I know.
I'll even show you the photo, because I got a photo of her too.
And they'll back away from you because you're a liar. So it's totally up to you. But I don't play with wolves, so your choice. Your choice. Balls in your court, girl.
I even got the video.
And thank you.
Yeah, I'll even play the video too. I got the video. Here's the badge, and then I'll play the video.
The video right now. I'm going to actually download it and have so. Yeah.
I'll send you the video and the photo too, because I got the video of them, of her and the guy standing there with the microphone. You can, anybody can use my live footage. When she walks up. I even have videos, that proves that they were there pretending to be these people. So there's the badge. I'm glad, I'm glad that I asked to take a photo, because I was like, can I get a business card? Oh, I don't have a business card. Can I take a photo of your badge? Yeah, you can take a photo of
it. Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I have video of us confronting her.
Do you? I don't have that, because I walked on the other side of the church when that took place. And then when I was coming back around, that's when Allie ran up to me and told me everything. And then I came back over there.
If you could send that to me, that would help in this crusade of letting all these other ministries know who they really are.
Yeah, I will look back when I get off. I'll look back through my video and see, but I'm pretty sure that I do, because I try to record any kind of potential confrontation so that we have record of it. So I remember recording when Allie wanted to approach her, because I remember telling Allie, wait, somebody needs to record you.
This is crazy. Okay.
Like, wait for me. I got little legs, like McGee.
Let's see. I think it's this one, maybe.
So Allie just came up to me a minute ago, and if you've been watching the live protest, hashtag justice for Micah, if you've been watching the live protest, you saw earlier in the beginning where a news company came up, or a media company came up and was asking questions to the protesters, taking video, taking photo. He came up, was talking to me. Oh yeah, I think it was probably your live that I was watching, this and that. And I was like, yeah, I appreciate you guys coming out here asking questions, you know, getting both sides of the story, because there's another newspaper out there, the Sun News, that is only promoting one narrative when it comes to what JP is saying is taking place and what's truly taking place and not out here. So Allie just came up to me a minute ago and she said that she looked up this lady, and this lady actually works for Dominion TV.
Wow.
Not Coastal Life Media.
These might come in handy one day.
Right there. So she's right there. That's the guy in the pink shirt, the hat that I was telling you guys about. He didn't say nothing. I honestly don't even remember hearing his voice. Did you, Melissa? Did he say anything to you, or he just kept his quiet with you?
I don't remember him saying.
You don't remember?
I don't.
See what I
all
mean?
I remember him doing is pointing that camera directly at what I had on my shirt. I don't remember him introducing himself. Nothing.
Yeah, Michael. This is so when she was going to talk to everybody, after she was done talking to everybody, that's when she came up to me. Then I don't know if she talked to other people after that, because after I talked to her for just a minute, then I walked up towards the front of the church. I stopped halfway, was talking to some of the other protesters. She then came up from behind, and then she was talking to somebody else. And then after she was done, then I turned around, and that's when I was done going through all the organizations in my head. And I'm like, I don't remember anything Coastal. So then that's when I turned back around to her and I said, what was it again? And she said, Coastal Life Media. And I said, oh, do you have a business card? And then she said, no. And I was like, well, let me take a, can I have a picture of your badge? And then after I got the picture of the badge, it was so bright. There's like with the words this small, and let me flip it back up here. With the words that small in the bright light, you really couldn't read it. So in my mind, I'm sitting there going, I'll just take a photo. I have the photo. I'll contact later if I need to or whatever. Then I walk, literally just minutes, walk to the other side of the church, hang out there for a moment. As soon as I'm coming back around and I get to the corner where the front door and the sign is at Solid Rock, Allie is instantly coming from the other side of the street, coming up to me, telling me, CJ, this is who it is, this ... And I'm like, oh man. So then I end up going right back over there. And that's, I think by the time I got back over there, she was already confronted. When I made this video, she had already been confronted for being this person. So it all happened like real quick, right, Melissa? I mean, it was like, you guys were amazing. It was just like boom, boom, matching tattoos, Facebook photos. We know who you are. It was all boom, 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 boom. So yeah, she was. Sorry,
we tried to get it real quick. I'm trying to send the video to you and Miss Ann right now. I'm gonna send it on Facebook. It's the easiest way for me to send it.
Okay.
Yeah. And I can pull it up and share it too.
If it's large, let me know, and I have an idea of how you can send it.
This is the first time we confronted her across the way on the side of the church.
Let's see. I didn't get it yet.
It says sending 1 of 2.
Oh, okay. Let me call these contribution call-outs real quick. Ruck Dawn. I want to say contribution call out to you. Thank you for your $10 super sticker. I can actually see what it is today. It's the flying prickly pear, the superhero. And shout out to Justice for being that Wonder Woman. Because when you think about everything, and thank you so much for the gifted membership as well, JD Delana. There you go. You got a gifted membership. When it comes to everything, like with what she was doing and what she's exposing and all of the people in the future, the people that ain't even born yet, that she's saving from doing what she's doing, that is some Wonder Woman superpower right there. And so when you hear the words that the family was saying that she was expressing to them about the danger she was in, she understood the danger she was in, and she was doing it for everybody, whether they're here right now, they were here, or they're going to be here in the future. And that's some powerful stuff, because when you're going through that and you see those videos that she was posting on Facebook, the photos that she was posting on Facebook, the glow, the energy that she was still trying to put out there, even though she was going through all these ugly, dark things, for you to be able to have that soul and that strength, that is some amazing stuff. And that's why I'm saying what I'm saying when it comes to the superhero. She is amazing.
Yeah.
Miss Ann, what's another way I can send it? It's not wanting to go through.
Too big. Okay, so let me. Can you see the chat? Or you know what? I'll put it in the Facebook group. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. WeTransfer.com, and this is free.
Okay.
Do you see it? WeTransfer.com.
Yes.
And then you can use that, and it'll take the large file and email it.
Okay.
All right.
How large is the file? Let me see here. Let me switch back to this video here. Yeah, I'll get those sent out too. Let me see exactly which one it was. It was.
So I'm busy just getting all this info on who to contact if that video is still up.
So I'll post that. I'll post that on the desktop. And
Destiny.Dominion.
Get this photo.
All right. This is done. Costal Media, I know. You're going to make a website, at least know how to spell.
Let's see. So this one right here. And this photo. All right. So I'll get those sent off. And then I know I have live footage too. If that helps with any angles or anything like that, or maybe any voices that it might pick up. 7/21/24 is the live stream. Let's put this here. All right, there we go. Do you know what? It's 8:30 tomorrow, right?
I have not heard back yet. I'm trying to confirm.
Because I know on the website it's just blank. It doesn't even. Yeah, it shows the date. It just doesn't show a time. Yeah.
So where is it supposed to be? At Horry County Courthouse?
Family Courthouse in Conway. I don't know if that's still in Horry County. I'm not sure. I'd assume it has to be because it's
Right.
all Horry County, so it has to be.
Court roster. Wow, it is blank.
They make things so hard to find out up here. I'm from Florida. It's so much easier to figure things out in Florida.
Yes, that's right. What part of Florida?
I'm from Lake City.
Oh, I was from Coral Springs, way out by Fort Lauderdale.
Well, I originated from St. Pete, but I lived most of my life in Lake City.
Lake City, yeah, very nice. Well, I don't even know where to go
Yeah,
from here. It's
I'm
totally
in.
blank. I think somebody
Yeah,
reached
and then is it even open to the public? Yeah, I
That's why
am. I can
reached
send him a
out.
message. What's up? Oh, about this whole thing. I'm sure somebody already reached out. You guys,
Yeah,
you're in contact with
somebody
y'all are
did
in
reach.
contact with the family too. So
Yeah, somebody
yeah,
did reach out, I think, to Abigail, and they're waiting to hear from her.
yeah,
Yeah, I reached out to
yeah.
ask her I
That's
asked
Right.
her if she wanted support.
Right, that's right. It was Midland, that's right.
Yeah. So I'm just waiting for her to respond. She may be at work.
So
the
it is in
county
Horry County.
seat.
Okay.
Yep.
South Carolina. Court docket.
Makes me wonder if it's even open to the public. If it's not posted, right?
Well, it'd still be on the docket.
Because it's the night before, man. It's 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah. Okay.
It should have been updated before somebody left work on Friday.
So, first name. Who is it? Against? Is it against John Paul Miller?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It is searching. Huh?
What are you looking for?
The court date, court time tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Someone said in the chat this morning, 8 o'clock.
Someone said 8 o'clock this morning?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I've heard 8, 8:30.
I'll be back.
Last time it was at 8:30. Or wait, it was over. I know it was real quick. It was either over at, I think it was 8:30 it got over, or maybe 8:25. I know it was quick. It was real quick. And then they were out there already talking to people.
All right, CJ, it let me create a link with that with what she just sent me in the chat. So I sent the video to you through your text in a link, and they're saying I sent it to you over through Facebook Messenger.
Oh, okay. Oh, sweet. Do here. Sign up.
I believe JP is required to appear unless he is going to be represented just by an attorney, but the type of person that JP is and the type of pain he likes to put the family through,
Yeah.
I'm sure he will show up just so they have to look at his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
Let me see. 45. He's 45. Hopefully it'll show up here. Who knows? Yeah, and it's probate court. Probate court never goes quickly.
Oh, excuse me. All right, now let me click that link again. Okay, download.
Okay.
All right, I just got to download it, and then can share it. Again, here's a link. Come hang out with us tomorrow morning. Be on location, Micah's Law at the courthouse. We already have the live notification, and I might do a members live drive. So if you are a member, we might hang out for a while on the road tomorrow or Tuesday, one of these days, and then I got to be back Saturday. Also, I want to share that with you too. So if anybody, Melissa, I have this question. Ann had mentioned that there's people potentially protesting from Solid Rock, protesting Reverend Millie Joy and Rob's service on Saturday. Have you heard that?
Yeah.
Millie did when we were questioning the pickets that they were bringing out of the church, when they were bringing all that what looked to be trash out of the church and the signs. We were questioning. I asked them. I was like, "What are y'all doing with those signs?" You know, and Millie did mention to me that she had been wondering if maybe they were planning to protest outside the church that they are opening. So
yeah, are you guys, do me a favor? I want you, if you guys, are you gonna, if they are, if you hear that they're gonna do that, or are you already there, or is anybody planning on being there just in case, or what's the temperature when it comes to that situation?
I am not 100% sure. I did tell Millie that I will attempt to come out and support her. I haven't gotten with the others yet about it because it only just got brought up to me today. So I might reach out in the group chat and see what they're thinking.
Yeah, let me know. Just keep me updated because I can I'll go there too,
Yeah.
For that. All right, so here's the video that you sent. Now, if you want to let everybody know so this is where the confrontation takes place, where you guys are basically calling around right here.
Yeah, this is the very first time we confronted her when somebody said in the live that she was destined to end.
Okay. All right, so here's this.
You're not with Dominion TV? That's what it says on Facebook. That's what it says on Facebook. Your Facebook. Oh, I'm with Social Life. Justice for Micah! So you have nothing to do with the church? JP? No. I don't even know JP or Micah. I'm literally here neutral. Just trying to get the information.
What a liar.
Okay, we just thought it was sketchy that the man or the thing that people donating to Care to Care.
I don't even know what that is. I'm sorry. This is literally my first time out here.
I did an interview with her. I forgot who you said you were with.
Coastal Life Media.
Coastal Life Media.
Y'all are with the Duckies?
No.
Okay. Okay. That's cool.
All right.
And you can hear right there, you can hear Millie saying, she didn't ask, like Millie was trying to, at that time, Millie didn't know. So her motherly instincts were like, wait, no, and then we found out, I showed them. After that, I looked up her Facebook, and that's when I saw all the pictures, and I saw all that, and I brought it back to her, and I showed her, like, she's lying. This is her. And so that's when we went across the street again, and I think that's Guru that caught that on his live. Because I went over with her Facebook pulled up, and I was like, so this ain't you? Like,
whoa, hold on a minute. She's got a different badge on there now.
Nope, that's the front part with her face where it says Adrian Fisher. She didn't let me take a picture of that.
Ah, so she flipped it over.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep.
Interesting.
Adrian is her middle name, and I believe Fisher is her mama's maiden name.
Yeah, I know, because somebody was like, "That's not very crafty."
Right.
Right. That's the kind of checkers match that we're going against. You know, they make those moves like that. Oh, that's not very clever. That's not very clever. So let me go back to this here, because I think this is right when they were getting ready to talk to her too. So it's her. There's plenty of proof that it's there. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that we get to make sure that all this stuff is documented, so we can show that this stuff is actually taking place.
Right.
Let's see here. Let's go to.
It's like I keep telling everybody, they play checker, we play chess. Like,
Mm-hmm.
We have to. We have to.
Right. Let me see.
Oh,
He is so emotionally draining. Just dealing with the bit that we have to deal with him, and the things that he comes up with, and the spies he sends, and the things of that nature. I can't imagine even an inkling of what Micah went through.
Oh, I know.
And it breaks my heart.
Yeah. Yep.
It is horrible to think about, just, and then for her to, that's what I was saying, like, for her to be able to have that glow and still to, just, a lot of times people just fall apart.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't even see a smile, and she was just glowing, so that's a lot of strength. That's a lot of strength to be
absolutely
to have both of those drastic emotions.
Absolutely.
Glinda, how do you think they're doing? I mean, that's one thing that this is why anytime that I see anybody that interviews somebody and they're dealing with a loss of a family member, I think the most idiotic question to ask is, how are you doing? How do you think they're doing? So then they have to think about the sadness and all the pain and relive the moment freshly, because they have to reflect and tell you how they feel at that moment based off the reason why you're asking them that question. How about people start off interviews going, "What was your favorite memory?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
How could anybody, when it comes to answering how the family's doing, how do you think they're doing? How do you think they're doing, Glinda? Let me know what you think. Type in chat, since you're asking everybody. Do me a favor, type in chat and let us know how you think they're doing. I'm interested to see what you put. All right, I'm going to go to this here. This is True Crime Re again. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe when I hit play, it'll just say this video has been removed. It's already downloaded.
And people's viewpoints on the stuff. So if you could tell me in your own words a little bit about what's going on with the protest and what your goal is with the protest.
Well, I can tell you that everyone is here for slightly different reasons. A case like this attracts a lot of people that have been hurt in their marriages, whether religious or not, And then there's a demographic of religious people, Christians, that don't believe that these things should happen in connection with a church.
How about Glinda just say prayers for the Francis family? How about that? Prayers for the Francis family. Do me a favor, everybody. Prayers for the Francis family in chat. Just bomb the chat with prayers for the Francis family, whether it's this, the word prayers, whatever. Just shout out prayers for them, because I can't even imagine, and to even wonder what they're going through, I can't even imagine either. I can't.
I'm ordained. I've been ordained for like close to 17 years, and my husband and I got involved because we are working with people in the city that were really close to Micah, that were not connected to the church. Gotcha. And when this all happened, they contacted us and wanted prayer and ministry, and so we did. And but something seemed weird, and so they said, you got to watch his last sermon, and so we did. And now I'm also en route to become a therapist. So I'm becoming a master in social work. Gotcha. And so when I saw his sermon, I was like, something's not right. Something is not right. So we started researching. We went up to Lumberton, and we were like, something's not right. So the more we dug in, we're like, there's a lot of people that are here for different reasons, but I feel like the main thing is that he should be held accountable, at least for what is proven, like what we've seen, the evidence that has come forward. Sure. And it's just a lot of people feel like that's not happening. And so that's why we're here.
Sure. Okay, wonderful. So I had a few people tell me that the goal was to kind of get the church shut down.
It can be a lot of people's goal. I mean, because it's owned by JP, I don't see any other way. I mean, any other way of redeeming what has happened here. Because a lot of people that are attending, they don't seem to have an opinion on the things that is bothering the rest of us. You know what I mean? And it's scary for us. I have children. Yeah. I don't want them thinking it's okay to come here and be treated that way, sure, you know? Yeah. And a lot of the poem I wrote in really bad handwriting, but I wrote a poem that he announced at her service, and he omitted the parts I wrote in capital. And this poem, if you go on, and it's called Micah's poem, Crush Forever, you can Google it, and it'll be better handwriting than this. It'll be
Micah's poem, what'd she say?
Micah's poem, Crush Forever. And there's parts in that poem that talks about a time before college.
Yeah.
Micah was married to her first husband, I believe, at 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a poem that she supposedly wrote to JP. So a time before college alludes to her being underage.
Oh.
And when he read that poem at his what he called her memorial, he omitted some of it out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Huh. Wow, I'm going to have to read that. Okay. Thank you for sharing.
Typed out, and it really alludes to the fact that a lot of the things that she discusses started before she went to college. If she was married at 18, then that means he's been grooming her since before college. Now, this is allegedly, of course, he's not been charged with anything. Sure. But this poem is really interesting, and I encourage everyone to check it out, because he omitted certain parts that are key that talk about alleged abuse, potentially. You know what I mean? And so that means underage people are not safe here, if that is true. Sure. And so there's a lot of serious things going on here. Sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So are you a part of any other advocacy for other domestic violence or abuse victims in Myrtle Beach?
Not currently. My aunt was murdered by her husband, and when I was 4, and so I come from a
Oh,
home where that was used as
wow.
a threat.
Gotcha.
In my home, and
Oh,
so
wow.
it is something important to me. Thankfully, I'm in a healthy marriage for 17
Sure.
years,
Yeah.
but
Wow.
it's still close to my heart, because it's very hard to escape those situations.
Yeah.
And if people had stood up for my aunt the way we're standing up for Micah before it's too late, then maybe these things don't have to end this way.
Sure.
You know?
Right.
So do you think that if the church wasn't to be shut down, do you think that justice could be brought about if he wasn't the pastor anymore? Or
the problem is that he owns the property, so I just can't foresee a way that could be possible.
He wouldn't be involved.
My heart, I love the church, like, as a thing, because I'm an ordained minister.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to see anyone their community ripped from them. I understand the dynamics, but it's still very difficult for people, because how can we trust that the people I minister to, that I could refer this church as a safe place for them and their families? You know what I mean? And so that's a big concern for me.
Yeah, I understand. And do you feel like, in your opinion, that this is the only religious organization in Myrtle Beach where this sort of thing is happening?
Well, unfortunately, no. I wrote a book on trauma in the church, because
Oh, yeah. She writes a lot of books, don't she?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that she was an author until the other day when I watched one of her videos, and she
Yeah.
talked about the Dominion Church.
Hmm.
What's up, Nana? The Dominion Church. What'd she say? Promoting one of her books.
Yeah,
Yes.
she was a guest speaker.
She was a guest speaker at Dominion.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's one of their guest speakers, and they do work with her, and that's why she let them know, like, you'll recognize them as somebody who endorsed my book.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I
They
did
say all
not.
these bad things about us, like we're so horrible, but all of us have our own reasons for being out there seeking justice for Micah. Not a lot of people know that I mean, my sister-in-law was murdered in 2017 by her
Oh my
children's
God.
father.
Oh my gosh.
So,
I'm so sorry, Melissa.
Yeah.
thank
Sorry to
you.
hear. Gosh.
Yeah. So we
See,
all have
everybody's that's involved is hurting.
yes,
Where?
I know. That's why we got to make sure that we're all aware.
yeah, exactly. That's why I try to get a lot of them to they just have to realize, like, what you say when you're around people is, everybody that's out there has their own story and their own connection to everything that has happened.
Yeah.
What was the name of that book? I can rewind it to
I'm pretty sure it's Praise Through Sudden Devastation.
Praise Through Sudden Devastation.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Pam.
Pam.
I know, Crystal. Me too. I know, Crystal. It's like, man. Just. Oh.
Oh no.
Never mind. We'll just be quiet.
Yeah, she was real sassy with me when I went to try and figure out what she was driving. She got out the car and asked me why I was videoing her.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, she was sassy about it too. I'm like, well, because it's legal to video anything you can see in public.
Yeah. That's funny. Did you? I just don't even. I don't even know who is the dude that was there. That's just got to be somebody that was helping. That's not any of the family, is it?
I don't know. I don't know
Just
if
a helper.
she has a brother. I don't know if she has a brother. But what mother and father send their daughter to where they believe into the midst of witches and warlocks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's true. Did you
defamation? That's defamation right there.
Right. Well, and what's disgusting is there's some people out there having witches and warlocks stream parties discussing the case. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
At CJ, God will use a bush if he has to use a bush to get his point across. So, if they want to work on the side of the kingdom of God, right on.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like this is where I'm coming from, because I feel like there's like with what I was saying about the weapon guidelines, there's already a narrative that's being put out there, and to the general public, there's a lot of people that don't understand what we're doing and how we're doing it. There's a false narrative out there because that Sun News article reached a lot more people than I think people that know about what we're truly about. We have a small group that really understand what we're about and how we're doing it. And I feel like those images might be used to then propaganda to then promote to their church and then promote to the Sun News and all of these different things to make it, see, they're even dressing like it. It's like, let's not play the part just for fun. Because if you think about it, like that chess move, a couple moves down, they might be able to use that fun ha 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 against the whole collective energy about it. And that's just where I'm coming from. Not like they can't have fun.
No, right. I understand. They can always be prayed away. I mean, the prayers obviously work. They have been so far, so we can always pray them away, or if they get saved between now and then. So either way, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
But no, I see your point. I see your concern.
The propaganda and
yeah, and I guess the best way of doing that is just don't stand near them, or act like you're separate from them. But I know that's
oh no, this was on a show. Oh, you mean just yeah.
The one that showed up with the purple hat. Yeah.
I mean, I thought the purple hat was. I thought the purple hat, the T-shirt was fine. I
thought it was mocking what they were calling all of you. So that's how I took it.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about a live stream.
Oh no!
Where I actually was laughing with her this morning because I was like, I said I'm crafty. I usually can think of names off the, I said, but with you, I don't know what to call you. I don't know what to call you. I was stumped.
The problem with that is that they work on the same side as the wolves because the manipulation is witchcraft.
Yeah.
So to have witchcraft working against witchcraft, that makes no sense. So,
did you? Did you? I think you were there in the beginning. And Melissa, did you hear about why all the neighbors they're like super upset with JP at this point?
Yeah.
Did you hear that did you get to check out that little video I posted about hearing from the neighbors? And they're like livid.
I just know that one of them, or at least a few of them that live in the back, are really upset about him cutting through.
No, this has nothing to do. Yeah, and I think they actually, because I seen the police go back there at the end of the protest, I think they called the police again because people were driving through the grass again. So I think the police came back out there for another call. I did see that. I don't know for sure, but they did go the same way and they stopped at the same spot as they did a few weeks ago when I saw that they were complaining about people riding through the grass. This was about the fence and what is trying to be pulled and how it was trying to be pulled. And the fact that now he's doing things that are affecting other people's property value.
Oh yeah, I knew that was coming.
Yeah, that's what has these neighbors up in a fuss. They're like, get out of here, because now it's affecting their property values.
As a local, I know a little bit about Market Common area, and I knew from the second I saw those fences, it was not going to fly. I knew it couldn't be legal. It's my understanding that all the fencing has to be see-through, number one. It's not aesthetically pleasing, and people pay extra money to live in Market Commons. So
yeah, expensive.
It has to be aesthetically pleasing. And I've spoken with a few of the neighbors, and they're just sick of him. They're just sick of all the things that they do. They're sick of the barricades. They're sick of them trying to keep us off their side of the sidewalk. Like, one lady told me that once her realtor comes back that she's selling and she's moving because of all the corruption.
Yeah.
So
they're fed up. Ruck, no, I'm actually just I'm losing some extra chunks that I usually pick up over winter time, and then as I get through the summer, that's when running and doing this and the heat and all these different things. So I'm just losing some of the winter chunk, but I'm sure it'll be back in December when I enjoy my hoodies and I'm not running around like crazy. But yeah, I thought it was kind of, there were some that came up and talked to me today, and I mean, you could see the disgust in their eyes when they were talking about, they didn't even use a contractor. They had, Jim Bob do it, and this is ridiculous. It's like, man, I'm sorry, man. And I was like, yo, they had that fence right up to the sidewalk, and you're talking another foot or two where the property line's at, So like, how is it not even ripped out of the ground? Because to me, I compared it to, it's like somebody planting a fence post at a park. I'm pretty sure if it was on the public property, they don't need to wait 2 weeks to rip it out. They just rip it out.
Right.
And so that's one of the things I was surprised. Like when I walked up to it and I seen it was literally right up to the sidewalk, cement, dried post in there. And I'm sitting there like, why was this just not ripped out? Because you're still another 2 feet off the sidewalk where the property line is. And when somebody looked it up when it came to the laws, and they were told, well, you can't really go off the property lines that's documented online. They kind of shift. And I'm sitting there and I'm going, I'm sure this whole city this little area has sidewalks, and I'm sure the property line on every sidewalk is the same. So what would be manipulated on the property line for solid rock if every sidewalk has the same distance for property? I don't understand it. Why wasn't it? Did you hear anything, Melissa, about that? About why it's just sitting there?
I did not. They didn't get a permit. I know that. They didn't ask the city anything. And if they did, they probably would have been told, hey, that's outside your property line, because we looked it up and it doesn't look like it is at all. But here's the interesting thing, because I went out the first day that I found out that it was out there while the cement was still drying. We were on it. We called that day. We called the city. And I met Alicia, Gina, and Sandra out there. And we were out there melting for about 3 hours waiting for JP to come so we could get his reaction to the stop work order.
Oh, so he
came
3
but
hours.
He didn't stop. He did not stop. He just rode by, and they so he never came, so we couldn't get his reaction, but he did ride by, and then a little bit later, all of a sudden, the work order was gone off the fence. But the thing about the fence is they cemented it into the ground. So I do not think they will get that passed. And I think that if they do get it passed, just like you said with all those neighbors, they're going to have a world of phone calls. I just don't see it. Like, it's just not aesthetically pleasing. I just do not see it getting passed for that area. So because they cemented it into the ground and it is so close to the sidewalk, I do not see them being able to take it up without damaging city property, i.e. the sidewalk. Which could be a good thing for us, but it could be a bad thing for us too, because in one sense he'll have to pay a fine for damaging the property, but that's also an excuse to keep us off that side of the road until the sidewalk is fixed.
Yeah, I'm trying to show everybody, like, where with this Google thing, like, this is like, so there's the fence post, right? And then I'm going to come back here just so I can get this out of the area. And I'm going to show you the property line. So the property line exists literally like right here. So the property line will go here. It literally goes like this. So see this rectangle right there on the bottom is where the fence posts are at. They're literally right up against the sidewalk. And that yellow line is the property line from where the city's property is on the other side of Solid Rock. They literally built it on city property. So it's like you're building it on the same grass as a park would be.
Yep.
How is that not ripped out right away? Why do you need to wait 2 weeks? I can see you waiting 2 weeks if it's on the property, but not on city property.
I believe that his lawyers are trying to get them to pass the city ordinance or something. He's trying to maneuver. He's trying to be king and get his way. And it would be the dumbest thing for Myrtle Beach to do to give him his way on these fences, because the uproar for the neighbors is going to be so bad.
They're upset, you know. I mean, let me play this video because oh man, I'm getting bit up by mosquitoes. I'm gonna have to end the show here soon. Let me see. Let me play this video because this was right after I talked to them. Let's see.
You're right, Gina. They make no difference. The only difference they make is they make it more dangerous for his congregation that he claims to love so much and that he claims support him so much. It makes them more dangerous to come in and out of their church because they can't see to make sure they're not going to wreck.
Yeah, I used the stream and I was showing everybody, like, you know, I did like a sideways camera and I'm like, watch, you guys can watch. I literally just barely even take, and you can't see until it's too late. Especially with somebody driving back and forth. I'm glad that nobody got hurt today when people were leaving service, seriously, because it was the blind spots are not. You got to think we're just protesters there on a Sunday morning. There's people walking and riding bikes by that church every day, every night, and you know that it's not just a building that's being used on a Sunday. There's people going there during the weekday too, and I just hope that we don't hear on the news. This is why I don't understand why it's not ripped out city. Because what if there's a kid riding his bicycle down that sidewalk? There's somebody that went to go drop off something at the church. They weren't paying attention, and next thing you know, somebody gets ran over.
Wow.
Yeah, a couple. What was that?
It's
like
dangerous,
maybe 2
Ann.
weeks ago? It is. Maybe 2 weeks ago, they acted like they couldn't see around us. And that one.
A neighbor.
Oh, sorry.
You're fine. No, and that one car almost T-boned another lady. Like,
yeah,
just
right in front of us. Yeah,
around us. Yeah, like
right.
when I tell you less than half an inch.
And her poor soul, she was what, 80, Melissa? She had to be 80.
Yep.
And she had the reflexes like
what is going on?
Yeah.
God bless her. The angels are watching her. You know, and I hate to throw out that legal stuff again, but if that were to happen, you know who's going to be liable. You know who's going to be liable if that is literally an obstruction to the traffic.
It's got to be the city.
Mm-hmm. Well, it would actually
because they should have ripped it out.
Right, you're right. Well, they probably also would be in trouble, but the one who put in the fence would be the one who obstructed the site of the. So you know, they're just. It's so funny. They dig their own grave. It's
yeah.
I mean, one of the content creators, I think her name is Christina Randall. I love her, and she had said watching JP and the things that these people do, she found fascinating. It's like watching him spiral down. And he's helping himself spiral down. I've never, even I've never seen anything like it in my entire life. Never.
Right.
Blows me away.
It is. It's crazy.
I'm telling you what, his lawyers are earning every penny they make.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the hardest job they've had to have, is having him as a client.
Oh, for sure. All the just the scatter of everything.
Yeah, if anybody's on medicine, it's that attorney.
Yeah, right? Like anti-anxiety meds for real.
Absolutely.
No comment.
Right? Oh my God. I hope JP's not giving it to him.
I was about to say, JP, share your lithium. Tom Winslow needs it.
I'm going to start calling him Mr. Walgreens.
Here we go. I'm going to show you this fence, okay? Check this out. This is, let's see, I'm going to try and, let me see. I'll turn it down just a little bit. I think it was after I...
But was it taller than you, CJ? Was it very high? Like taller than you?
It was like 7 foot.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like a regular privacy
6-7 foot fence, I think.
Wow.
7 feet.
privacy panel.
Yeah.
And I don't really understand what they think it's stopping. I mean, sound still carries.
Oh, it's not sharing it. Oh crap! Hold on. Sorry, my bad. I thought it was sharing it. StreamYard wasn't.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Okay, so here's.
I kind of want to
look at the
probably go back over there.
Like, it's like right up.
Man, this is, unless you're like.
Imagine if you're a kid on a bike. Imagine if you're a kid on a bike and somebody just dropped off pizzas at the church.
Lower this a little bit.
Boom.
Oh my gosh! Don't even say it.
City, rip him out tomorrow morning. Rip these fences out, City of Myrtle Beach, please. Please.
That might help. Maybe. So you don't have that bush or the tree in the way. There we go. Yeah.
Let me see here.
You know what? I might.
I kind of walked it. It's such a long stream. It's hard to like fine tune it. 54. So maybe right here.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. Like, here, I'll come back and show you guys.
Okay, here we go.
Because it's like perfect example. I'm walking in between both of these fences.
Yeah.
Somebody that's leaving that parking lot might not see me. And all of a sudden, as I come from the side of the fence, then somebody can hit me just because their field of view is blocked from these fences.
Right.
So, and I just asked them, I said, so when it comes to this right here, see where I'm at? Here's right here. Trust me, I'm still
gotta show it.
Property.
Gotta show it. I'm on city
right here.
Wow.
It's like, but actually, it goes way back to there. So
like that photo I showed.
And when it comes to this fence right here, see, like, here's the side view.
This is so
You're
scary.
not going to notice a vehicle.
Look at this.
And I'm coming out right here,
this
and all
is
of
so
a sudden,
scary.
boom. What if a car's pulling out of this parking lot?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I get hit.
Look at I'm going slow, too.
Because.
Look, I barely even. Oh, man.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's
Tiffany,
definitely. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Tiffany, are you asking what's wrong with the white fence or the black fence? Because if you're asking what's wrong with the white fence, what's wrong with that is it impedes the vision of oncoming traffic coming into the church and coming out of the church.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Also, it's not up to code.
Yeah, and they don't
on
have
the city's property. And when it comes to those kind of fences in that district have to be behind a structure. They can't have vinyl fences like that, privacy in front. They have to be behind the structure. That's why they're only allowed to have the see-through fences going around the side of the church, because that's what's allowed in that area. So there's tremendous amount of rules that were broken, and the fact that there's supposed to be licensed individuals that are doing this type of work too, and they weren't even contractors. So there was a lot of city rules that were broke with these two little fence posts, not to mention what I just showed you. And if you can't find anything wrong with that, I don't know what to tell you, because I would hope a family member wasn't walking by one of these and something took place, because the city needs to take these down tomorrow morning. It's just a bag of cement in each pole. Rip it out, please.
I think Tiffany was asking, you know, what's the problem with the black fence? Why couldn't they just be happy with
there's
that?
nothing. Yeah.
And why put up the white? So she was.
Yeah, there's
was
nothing.
I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why they put the white ones up. Because they don't want to see us out there. And that's
right. That's what it
is.
is.
Simple. They don't want to see us, and they don't want us to be able to record them going in, because they don't want us to be able to get his daddy on film going into a church full of children with his allegations against him.
It's I was reminding everybody a couple nights ago that when they first started trying to block everybody from seeing, they were using those false wall things, and they just kept falling down and falling down and falling down. And it was kind of comical, because they had all their security, chain wallet mafia people trying to hold up, you know, because they all got anyway, but all trying to hold up these false walls, and they just kept tipping over and tipping over and tipping over, and that's when they started using different tactics to try and block us. And then it eventually got to this point. The trailer didn't work, you know, him parking his truck up front didn't work, all these different things, and even these fences didn't work, because in this live I had a really beautiful view right here, and I could see everything. So I don't know what that fence really accomplished, because I know the neighbor did say they were trying to build all the way around there, and they got
I
stopped.
think partially it's to antagonize too.
Yeah,
I think a little bit. I agree with Melissa, but you know, I'm sure it was to antagonize as well. Really stupid. They just do stupid things. It just amazes me.
Well, the neighbor said they were trying to have that fence go around the whole property, and they stopped.
Somebody came and marked water lines and stuff. If you look on the sidewalk, there's spray paint for like blue for water lines and things of that nature. So, but you know, if you block the fence, if you fence in your whole property, JP, you can't scurry out the back anymore.
Yeah.
So, like,
Scooby out of the back,
chasing its tail. Like, seriously, that's what I picture him doing in his living room, chasing his tail like a dog.
Well, I'm just saying, that's what people that are powdered the F out do.
Yeah, that's why he sniffs so much.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude's all over the place anymore. His mental thought process, decision making, like it's all out the bag, like those candy coins are melting. They've been sitting in the sun for a little too long. They're mushy. There's no substance to it. But
that ain't no church, Gina. That ain't no church. It's just a building with a cross on it. That ain't no church.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just a building. Probably doing more Baal and Moloch worshiping in there than anything else. Worship of Mammon. But
Mammon.
Yeah, man. Well, guys, brothers and sisters, I have got to go to bed. I'm sorry.
You. No, I gotta get it. I'm gonna.
CJ, if you need me tomorrow, just send me a link. If not, I will be watching and praying.
Yes.
One way or another, I will be there. Okay. And thank you, Melissa, for sending me that file. I did get it and I did download it.
Thank you for sending me how to do it, because I struggle to send videos all the time.
That's a great thing to use, retransfer. We use it all the time for big files. So, all right, guys, love you, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you so much. Have a peaceful, positive evening. We will see you tomorrow.
Okay, take care.
Micah's Law. Appreciate it.
God bless.
Good night. Thank you.
And I'm going to go ahead and play this video. This was when the neighbors came up and talked to me about the whole fence. Oh, my Lord. There's another one. See you later. You guys didn't even see it. It's all good.
I did see it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
we get them slightly before everybody else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think, that's, I'm sure there's other victims out there that he wants to do that with. But anyway, there we go. She saw it too. All right, I'm going to play this. This was after I talked to the neighbors discussing the whole fence thing.
So a neighbor just came up to me and said that all of these neighbors are hellacious upset with JP at this point. The reason why there was a report when we brought up that there was a call from one of the protesters that was calling regarding the fence being illegal, and the response to them was, we've been getting inundated with calls all day regarding SR, solid rock. The neighbors, when they found out that JP was trying to build a fence all the way around this property, so that white vinyl fence that is built in the front, he wanted it to go all the way around this property. Now the neighbors are hellacious pissed at this point with JP, because the fence is supposed to, see how this fence right here is see-through? Right there, the fence is supposed to be see-through. You can't have that vinyl fence unless it's behind the unit or structure, and you can't have it butted up against the sidewalk. And he had people that weren't even certified to put the fence in. So he basically just said, who cares? Somebody's looking out through the window there in the church. What's up? I see you. So who cares what rules? He just probably said, hey guys, I'll give you $100. Oh, that's dramatic again. Hey guys, I'll give you $100 if you just throw these in here real quick. Cheap labor, there's nothing. So the neighbors, and they're really mad. This is why the neighbors are the most upset, is because that fence going all the way around this property drops all of their property values. He said at this point, this neighborhood is tired of JP. And when it comes to the group that was standing out front there a little bit ago, that didn't know where to go because you can't go in the front door until church service starts, and they didn't even realize that. The cops went up to him, asked him if they could assist them. They said, hey, we're just out of town and we came here to go to service. And then they said, never mind, we just decided we'll just go look for another church. So people from out of town were coming here to visit and just wanted to go to service, and they didn't even realize that Solid Rock has this history. Scary, right? This is why we need to bring more awareness. This is why, if you share it with your friends, share the QR codes, because when people are coming here to Myrtle Beach and they don't even know about Solid Rock and the history that is going on to this moment, this means that there's not enough attention. For tourists to be able to come here and not even know the stuff that's going on here, that's scary. Share the QR codes, hashtag like crazy, purple hearts, share, share, share. If you can't be here with us, you know you can be here with us in spirit. Come join the community. There's people that are local that are here in chat. You can have any questions answered. You can get the atmosphere and be able to see all of the stuff that takes place. They didn't even know. And I'm like, man, this is national. How can it not be national after that News Nation interview with JP? And people still don't know. How can it be not national after that interview with JP? That thing was a train wreck. Big time. And if you didn't have suspicions before, you should have after. Because that was horrible.
Especially after he released what he recorded. I don't know what he thought he was doing in releasing that, but it just made him look so much worse.
That's crazy, Christy. I have a coworker from Myrtle Beach, and her mother still lives there. Neither of them have heard of them. Oh, they are local. It's the awareness. And thank you all for being a part of the group, bringing the awareness that we can bring. I'll go ahead and finish this interview. And there's like maybe 4 or 5 minutes. And then I got to get some sleep and I got to get up. I'm just going to probably shoot there to be there about, 7:30, 7:45, somewhere around there, maybe 7:30. Let me know in the background, Melissa, if you guys are parking at any particular spot, and then I can meet you guys.
All right, I'm going to try and make it tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, if not, just come hang out and chat if you're able to.
All right.
Appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and watch this, and we'll see. I guess somebody said that JP gives a big smile or something. Something like that.
I missed that part when I watched it. Let's see.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, no. I wrote a book on trauma in the church because we've traveled a lot. And so we've known other people that use ministry as a cover to abuse people and things like that. And so I understand it's uncomfortable and it's not common for someone in ministry to address this topic. But I just think this is the generation that wants answers, or the faith itself may be at risk, because who's going to trust it anymore?
And they want the truth, the truth of the word, and truth from the pulpit.
Scripture. And so they always try to say, they accuse us of all these things. And there's nothing wrong with protesting as a pagan, okay? But that whole accusation was just to make us look like we have an agenda against the faith. And I'm ordained. I protest with a scripture. It's just not true. He spews lies.
I did see y'all praying before.
Yes,
also.
yeah. We start every Sunday with prayer at the beginning. My husband's coming soon with his guitar. We usually do some worship now.
Gotcha.
And Allie's been so awesome. She's let us do it because she's like the organizer. And so I always ask permission, you know what I mean? Because we're not trying to be intrusive or put religion in people's faces, but we just want to let people know, like, this is our form of worship, is standing against abuse in the church. It's part of it, Yeah. So,
well, I really appreciate you talking to us today. Thank you very much. What's your name?
Hannah Smith.
Hannah. Okay, where are you from?
Albany, Kentucky.
Oh my! You drove quite a ways to come here. So, are you on vacation, or did you come specifically?
We're on vacation.
Okay, so how did you find out about Justice for Micah?
I followed her on Facebook.
Where was this? I don't even remember seeing this person.
I don't.
Do you remember?
No,
I've never seen.
Point to introduce myself to everybody that comes, but she looks like she's standing over there by the houses, like over by where Tattoo Guy.
I mean, I apologize. Yeah, I apologize but I'm like you, Melissa. As soon as I seen her, I was like, I've never seen her before.
Miss Hannah, if you're in here, I apologize that we missed you, but we appreciate you coming.
Yeah. Huh.
It's because there was kind of a similar situation in Albany that happened.
Gotcha.
Nobody.
So you found it through hashtag?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sort of. So, yeah, we just and then it just kind of devastated when all this went on.
Yeah,
and then I just tried to keep up with all the updates and everything.
Gotcha. This your first time here?
Yeah. Well, not in Myrtle Beach, over
Right
at
here?
this
Yeah.
church. Yeah.
Yeah, this is our today also. So we're a local media group. We're just trying to gather information about what's going on here. So, like any of the backstory about the group or anything like that?
No, I haven't heard anything.
You want to share or?
Not really, other than I hate this.
Yeah.
And
it is very tragic.
I also feel like that he's behind something. I don't know that. I'm not going to say he did it to her, but I think he knows more to the story. And
Sure.
I think that if, you know, you're in a situation like that, then sometimes it's just hard to get out. And
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
there
just
are statistics that prove that too.
Yeah. And it's a terrible situation.
It is. Well, thank you for sharing.
It's on the other side of the street, you guys.
And I hope you enjoy Myrtle Beach. But since you live here, I was going to ask.
Can you
how
pause it for a second, CJ?
Yeah.
Like, do they not understand how? I'm trying to choose my words very nicely. How dumb they look. You're literally laughing while saying this is so tragic.
Yeah.
While trying to make us look bad.
Yeah.
You are laughing about a
Like,
woman's abuse who is no longer with us.
Candid camera. That's what it seems like. Like it's a candid camera interview after they tell you that the sticker smells like chocolate.
Yeah, like, I just... Lord.
And you're like, chocolate! who knew? You know?
Yeah.
The chuckles from the bottom of your belly. No.
Hi, Becky. Yeah. Sorry, I just had to say that.
No, you're good. No, you're good.
How all of the protests and everything that go on every week has affected you living here.
We can understand the cause and the reason they're here, but it's disruptive to us living here every Sunday morning, and the city's in and out with these gates, putting them in and out every week. It's disruptive to the traffic flow. And
yeah, sure. So every Sunday morning, you and your dog, the whole house gets a whole wake up call by people screaming.
Correct.
And how long has this been going on?
More than 2 months.
Yeah. Okay. I was trying to piece together in my head how long exactly it had been, because I told them I saw them live on Facebook like the first Sunday they were out here, but like I told the couple right next to you, I thought this had cooled down until I saw the news report about the guy who came out and sprayed them.
Yeah, the police are always here too.
Really? That's some BS right there.
Let me touch on that.
You know that was a lie.
Yeah, let's touch on the gates, okay? Because I talked with the officer today after the protest, and the reason the gates are there are because we were sprayed. The guy told me today, every time something happens, it changes the way they have to respond.
Oh, you mean the barricades?
Yeah, the barricade.
Okay.
It changes the way that the city has to respond. So
so nobody falls into the street.
On his property, because they're really not doing anything. He said, well, because it's their property. But you're using, and I don't think that girl was using that as an excuse for us, but, you know, Destiny ate that up, the barricades. The barricades are there because your parishioner decided to assault us.
Yeah. Yep. And they wanted to make sure anything that did take place didn't spill into the street, because it was obvious from where they put them. It wasn't, it's right along the side of the street.
About protecting anybody from coming from behind us.
Well, I don't know. The only thing that would come from behind us is a vehicle. Arcades ain't stopping it, so I don't know. Behind us is other protesters.
Right.
So I don't understand the reason for that. I really don't.
I don't either. And I asked them, and they said, like, it makes more. He even agreed, like, it would make more sense for them to be on their property. He wishes they could be on their property, but it's their property.
Right. Yeah.
So so I'm like, so they're pretty much pointless.
Yeah.
Unless
they help avoid somebody falling into the street, because getting sprayed, you're going back, that's how I took it when I first showed up. I was like, oh, they don't want something to happen towards us again, and we were like backing up, and all of a sudden we fall off the curb and land in the street or something. That's how I took it, how they were placed, because it's not like you're keeping anybody, they could, just like this fence, they could have put the barricades right. I mean, you're still in city property. If you think about the legs of the barricades, you're still in city property when they're on the grass. Right. So,
and I mean, the barricades have already caused that one gentleman that comes and protests with us to fall. So, and ironically, he wrote a letter to the city asking who's paying for him, and then the next Sunday he falls.
Yeah, I read it this morning when I seen him. I read it on my live 30, or he was looking up a FOIA request, and they said he had to pay $33,000 and he needed an $8,000 deposit.
What?
Yeah, that's why. So when that 911 call came out a few days ago, with me and Ann,
yeah,
there's people who are having issues getting FOIA requests fulfilled now.
That's weird.
I think it opened up an investigation.
I bet it did.
Because of the stuff that we brought up about the alibi.
Yeah.
About comparing the alibi with the stuff that is in the documents as the investigation. How those documents don't make sense, and now all of a sudden, there's people having issues getting FOIAs, because I really do think that us, talking about it and showing people the difference between the timeline and how a Olive Garden receipt don't make no damn bit of difference, because the dude places you there in the morning. Show me a receipt that covers you from midnight until 2:22 p.m. and I'll say you weren't by my
thing. Hide and seek. No, we have not been advised to stay out of the road, because we don't go in the road unless we're crossing the street.
Right.
Every Sunday, police check in with us, and we make sure to ask them if everything went okay. Anytime something happens, for example, the car accident I spoke about, or the almost car accident that I spoke about that happened 2 weeks ago, I asked the cop, did that have anything to do with how we were standing? And he said no. If you guys were doing anything wrong, we would let you know. We have never been reprimanded. The most we have ever been talked to about is the blowhorns. They changed the rules on us 3 times in one day about the blowhorns. Guess what? Every single time they change the rules on us, we comply.
Yeah, and they've been very cool too. Like even the guy, and asking you, "Hey, I'm gonna go make a personal call. Are you doing good?" That's it's awesome. Do we wish we had a little more support on the other side? Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Susan, in reference to Wayne being a registered sex offender, I don't believe that he is registered. However, he does have charges, which are public record, for exposing himself to an undercover officer at Myrtle Beach State Park. and there are allegations against him for other things that he is alleged to have done to children in Pakistan and to JP himself. And Mr. Kennerson, who is their ordained pastor that has since left the church because JP's not the man he thought he was, is a registered sex offender for indecent liberties with his 6-year-old child.
Okay. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff there.
Sorry.
No, just that's a lot. Yeah, but anybody can look that up.
Yeah.
It's all public. Yeah, right, Busby? Right? All right, there's just a couple minutes. I'm gonna finish this up and then we're gonna go ahead and pack it up, and then I gotta get some sleep. I gotta be up at something like 6 or so tomorrow, so we'll go ahead and I want to say thank you for hopping up, and then if any of you guys ever want to hop up, you're more than welcome. Just shoot me a message, and you guys can. You're always more than welcome. Did you hear the beginning of the show, Melissa? Did you hear the beginning?
I did not. I was cooking, and I caught it like 30 minutes in, I think.
Yeah. Oh, that's probably good. But yeah, check it out from the beginning and see what you think, because I think it's important for people to understand that we really have to be aware out there. We're dealing with energies that do not want us to exist there, and it can be very dangerous. And when you add religion and patriotism into it, it can definitely not be a good mixture when it comes to what they're trying to do and the tactics that they're reaching and how low they're trying to go with those tactics, even with the fence. Just totally disregarding every freaking rule in the book, and they're just cool with it. So just imagine the depths that they'll go in their push and their cracking. So we'll play this couple minutes real quick. Go ahead and shut it down. Thank you again for everybody for hanging out tonight. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Anne. And thank you, Rosie, for hanging out earlier for the whole day. A lot of stuff, a lot of awareness. And it was a great day today.
Shame on you! 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 Justice for Michael! 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 Justice for Michael!
She does so awesome.
Justice for Michael! 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 No people, no church! 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 No people, no hope! No people, no
Oh, wow.
no people, no hope! 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 No people. My blood is on your hands! Michael's blood is on your hands! My blood is
Wow, that's crazy, you guys. Oh, she dropped out. Oh, sorry. I didn't notice that you dropped out. I apologize.
No, you're fine. I had to refresh it to get the sound back.
It's okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end the evening. I want to say thank you all.
Thank you for having me.
No. Sorry, there's something going on here. I just want to say thank you all for hanging out. I appreciate you guys. Please have a peaceful and positive evening. We'll see you tomorrow bright and early. And Micah's Law. Appreciate you.
Yes, thank you. Have a good night, guys.
You too. Thank you.